What's up, everybody? Welcome to Flagrant. I Had a Kid.
Yeah, let's fucking go!
Gang, gang. How you feeling, dude?
Feel great, man. Everybody, her name is Shiloh, daughter, 8 pounds, 7 ounces, full head of hair, her mother's nose, for everybody who's asking. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't tell you guys this, I went to do a 3D scan or whatever when it was in the belly. Yeah. So they can like give you these very realistic pictures of what the baby looks like. And Emma gave it to me for my birthday, for my 40th birthday. So it was like a beautiful gift. My goodness. But we went there and I gotta get the image. I don't know if it was her face was like pushed up against. Probably. Her nose was huge. It was to the point where we were like, all right, well, we can do something about it later. Son, for like weeks, I was like, and I asked the technician who did it. It was crazy. It was insane. It was like half the size of her face.
Might have been 0.5. It might have been 0.5.
Yeah. Bro, it had to be something.
And you're blaming yourself.
Of course, I'm blaming myself. Emma's nose is a tiny little button nose. Yeah. The nose is taking half of the kid's head. And I asked the technician, and I go, hey, this sounds horrible. I know I sound like a horrible father. But I asked the technician, I was like, yeah, but it's just in there, and it will probably change. And the technician looks at me and Emma and goes, you know what? My daughter looks exactly the way that she looked when I got my 3G. Son,
lie to me.
Exactly.
No, none looks exactly.
Oh my God,
bro.
Oh my God, dude.
So yeah, it was absolutely crazy. And but yeah, here we are, man.
What's it like first time you put the baby on your chest? What are you thinking?
All right, so labor was crazy. Emma, water breaks. Water break is not like the movie. I thought it was Splash. It's not Splash. No. She thought she peed herself a little. She was unsure. I had paddle book the next day that I was mad excited about. And
yeah, you didn't cancel that till way too late, by the way.
Super late.
Let the record show.
Could be a false alarm in his defense.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, it might be a pee. We're on the way to the hospital. I'm like, yo, that shit might be a pee still. They might tell us to go home, and I got paddle lock. I didn't cancel paddle till the last minute. Okay?
You're crazy, bro.
We go. We fight. I
mean, if it's a natural birth, it's gonna take hours. I could go sneak an hour in for paddle.
So, son, I was thinking that, but then here's the thing. Here's the thing. So every week before that, the gynecologist fingers my wife in front of me, right? Because they got to see if she's dilated at all. The uterus is dilated, the cervix? The cervix is dilated, right? So just fingers my wife right in front of me, no big fucking deal. Shout out to Dr. Gubala, great job. Never moaned once. Come holler at me if you want to learn something.
So great job,
you know
really? No, was it a great job?
Exactly, you don't know how to finger. You know what I mean? If you want to talk to your boy.
Being all mechanical about it.
Right? What is With your gloves and shit on. You need lube? What about that? What about saliva? You ever try that, doc? Anyway, so she wasn't dilated. Literally, we have a doctor's appointment. Next day, that night, we're about to get in bed. Gets out of bed. Oh, I should think she peed herself a little bit. Goes to the bathroom. More pee's kind of coming out. Pees, then stands up. A little bit more pee is coming out. And she's like, oh, shit, is this it? Then you get hyped.
Fuck.
Then you're excited.
I'm hyped hearing that.
Right? You're like, oh my God, it's about to happen. Like, this is great. This is like the movies, the water breaking, but it's little trickles. You're not exactly sure. We clean it up and there's like a little like pink in it. We were calling Alicia, Mark's wife, is a midwife, so she knows like everything about it. She'd like work with my wife about like how she wants the birth to go. My wife had this whole birth plan. I got the birth plan memorized. I got it written down. I'm fucking ready to go, okay? My wife was like, I want to do it natural. Women, it's a big thing for them to do it natural, which is dumb. But they care about it. You know what I mean? I have no reason why. Like,
I think it probably they feel like more of a mom or a woman or whatever. It's nonsense, but yeah.
Epidural, immediately, it's not even a question. So she wanted to do it natural. She didn't want to take this thing called Pitocin. Pitocin is used to get women to have contractions be more like regulated and then start to really dilate the cervix, right? So you can get it ready. It needs to be at 10 centimeters for the baby to come out. So she didn't want to do that. She wanted to do it natural, et cetera. So this is her birth plan. She's fucking ready to go. Water breaks. Second water breaks, you got to go to the hospital because there's a risk of infection. So you can't like what's called labor at home, like go through the beginning of the contractions and just sit at home. So we go to the hospital. On the way to the hospital, ready, hyped.
How'd you get there? You drive?
I'm wondering.
Nah, Uber.
It's fire.
Uber to the hospital.
Do you tell the Uber driver?
Uber Black? Uber Black.
Come on. Come on, bro. Of all days. Come on. You're not going to spend an extra $7 on Uber Black, bro. The most important day of your life, bro.
It could be a false alarm. Could be a false alarm, son. It could be a phone. You know what's
Paying
crazy?
him a fucking Hyundai Elantra, 2001.
You know what's crazy? That morning, I took an Uber Black to paddle. I need to stretch out because my knees are tight. If I don't stretch my legs out in Uber on the way, I'm gonna have a tough time with my paddle lesson. My paddle lesson.
Exactly.
She probably wants a smaller car.
Yeah,
She
put it up
wants
in
a
the
smaller car.
stirrups. No. We probably did Uber XL or some shit like that. anyway, so we get to the hospital, admitted to the hospital, go in this little triage room or whatever like that they call it. They just kind of, figure all the things out. Contractions start a little bit. You hear about these contractions, you're hyped, you know. We did all these like lessons to learn about it. We're like, okay, we're looking for 411, okay? Every 4 minutes for 1 minute for an hour. That's how we know something's good. I don't know what it was, but I remember 411. So that's what I'm looking. I'm timing out these fucking contractions. It's fucking great. It's exciting. Go into another room. She's not dilated yet, right? And they're like, oh, I think we should put you on Pitocin, that thing she didn't want to take, so we can get you to dilate. She's like, all right, it's the first thing I didn't want to do, but fine, we'll do the Pitocin. Problem with the Pitocin, starts those contractions get really bad, okay?
Okay.
Up to Pitocin. Up, they start at like 10. 20 hours later, we're at 30.
Fuck.
Epidural.
20.
Oh no, she was in labor for 24 hours.
Fucking unbelievable.
24 hours. Baby's heartbeat starts to drop.
Oh fuck.
Now keep in mind, I haven't told anybody who's come out to the live show knows, but it was really difficult for Emma and I to get pregnant. You guys knew about it. I didn't talk about it publicly. I've said it at the stand-up shows. For some reason, I felt more comfortable doing that. It's really what the hour is about, but it's really fucking hard for us to get pregnant. And the entire time, you're just like thinking that it's not gonna work out. So basically for like almost 2 years, I'm just like, this is something that's gonna happen. Because everything that did go wrong went wrong for us. And so even up to this date, I'm like, fuck, is this when it's gonna go wrong? You're like waiting, everything feels right, the water broke, it's like out of a movie, this is great, and then all of a sudden you're there and she's not the contractions aren't lining up, and then she's not dilating, you're like, fuck. They put her on the Pitocin, they keep on upping it, she's still not dilating. Then baby's heartbeat drops, the nurses kind of run in, they're like, hey, can you move to your side? We just wanna make sure something's okay, or move to your back. Move to her back, heartbeat comes back. Again, baby's heartbeat drops. We're like, what the fuck is going on? Doctor finally comes in and goes, okay, we're gonna do a C-section, you know? And so Emma's like heartbroken, right? Because she's like, I worked so fucking hard. I wanted this birth to go this one specific way, and it didn't. She's like, I'm working out every single day. I was like preparing my body for this journey it was about to go on, and then it didn't happen. And she's upset because she's like, I didn't want to take the Pitocin. You know, she's like, I didn't want to get an epidural. She like didn't want to do all these.
Nothing is going according to plan.
Nothing at all, right?
For the most important day of her life.
Exactly. And in that moment, you're like, you want to get her. But listen, we're here for a baby. However we get the baby, that's the success. We're not here for the birth plan.
Yeah.
The birth plan is a nice way to go about it, but that's not the success here. It's happy, healthy baby, lock in because we still got time, you know what I mean? And this is 24 hours, no sleep. You try to sleep, contraction kicks in every 5 or 6 minutes. She wakes up, you wake up with her screaming. You're like, is everything okay? You know what I mean? You're just fucking terrified. It's fast. Take you into this room, surgery room is set up. There's this makeshift bib curtain. It's not really a curtain, it's like a bib that kind of blocks her off from here. Now keep in mind, Emma hasn't eaten anything for 24 hours because you can't eat when you're on the drugs. And now they're pumping her full of drugs so that she can be, further numbed because they're about to do real surgery, right?
Yeah.
So she's on her back, she just starts yakking. So they give her like a little throw-up bowl. She's throwing up into this thing, trying to, keep it all together. I'm kind of next to her. I'm talking to her. I'm terrified. And all of a sudden, they start doing the cutting.
What are you trying to say to her in this moment? You're just like,
I'll tell you
love
exactly.
you so fucking much.
Working out a few bits or something like that.
Yeah, I was working material. Yeah. No, I'll tell you exactly. I was
It'd be great for the new hour.
I was...
It'll pay off, baby. MSG, just wait. Sorry.
So I was just telling her about great just times we had on vacation. Like it was just imagining those moments where we were really kind of in love, and it was just things that we really enjoyed. And remember when we were doing this? And I'm just saying, keep in mind, she's numb. She can't feel anything. She can just feel her body being pulled in different directions. And I'm next to her, and there's this bib right here, and literally I'm just talking to her as this is happening. Her body's going like this. Because tearing away.
Yeah.
It's a mind fuck.
And then trying to pull the baby
dude.
out.
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, we were watching this show, True Detective, and in one of the episodes of True Detective, it's taking place in Alaska. I won't take too much time, but like, there's these babies that are born stillborn. So the baby comes out, and you're waiting for the baby to cry, but you don't hear the baby cry. So Em and I just saw this episode, and she's like, I can't watch the rest of this. It's too scary. Remember, everything that could go wrong
Has gone wrong.
for us. So there's no reason for us to believe that anything's gonna work out.
Yeah.
Okay? Fucking, I'm telling her this story, and all of a sudden she goes, and Emma's like, hey, I don't hear crying. Is everything okay? And I don't hear crying either. And I'm just waiting for crying. And you're just hearing the doctors go, and then you hear the doctors go, there's a lot of blood, there's a lot of blood. And I'm like, oh my God, is Emma gonna be, like,
Yeah,
it's not
man.
just the baby gonna be okay. Is Emma gonna be okay? She's been on this Pitocin, which induces hemorrhaging in a lot of women after the birth. So you're like, fuck, and I don't want to scare her about the blood, so I'm like, no. And then they go, yeah, we don't have the baby out yet, everything's gonna be fine. We go, okay. I keep telling her stories. Hey, remember that time when we were in Kyoto? We're walking around Kyoto
long?
and we saw that. I mean, the whole process in that whole room is an hour. This moment is maybe like 10 minutes, 5 minutes. I don't know. It's crazy. Hey, remember when we were in the pyramids? We were walking on the pyramids. She's like, yeah, I remember we were in the pyramids. And she keeps telling, yeah, tell me another story. Tell me something. And you're just like this. And all of a sudden, there's like a pretty violent pull on her. And then she stops, and then we just hear, wah, and you're just like, and you're like, it's like, for the first time, this is gonna sound exaggerated, but I genuinely feel this way. It's like, for the first time in like almost 2 years, I feel like I could breathe.
Yeah.
I don't know if the baby's good yet. Emma goes, hey, here's the plan. She told me this before. If we have to do C-section, I want you to be with the baby immediately, and you do like chest on chest, like skin on skin contact, which apparently is good. Go be with the baby, make sure everything's okay when they're measured, do not leave the baby. I go, okay. Here's the thing, I don't know that baby.
Yeah.
Like, my connection is not, this is the wildest thing that you'll ever experience. It'll happen to all you guys. When the baby first comes out, they tell you the second you look at your kid, it's the most, no, that's an alien. My wife has a hole in her stomach, the size of a bowling ball. It looks like. I'm looking back and I just see blood everywhere around her stomach because I walked around the curtain.
Fuck.
So I'm with this baby, and there's this beautiful moment, this like life has been brought in the world, but all I can think about is my wife gonna bleed
that
out?
life? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Fuck yeah.
And
I'm glad you didn't look around the curtain while they were taking it out, because
Son.
I saw that in nursing school. That shit is
It's wild.
crazy.
what does it look like?
So it's like when they cut, they just aggressively pull the
That's
skin.
what I'm saying. Like,
crazy.
you see her.
I'm like, this is too aggressive. This is not right. It's like, no, this is the way it happens. It's like just, like, that shit was nuts.
Crazy.
Fucking
So I'm
wild.
glad you didn't see that.
Crazy.
The Ben Carson C-section, man. Ginsu sword fucking
Yeah, he talks
slicing.
about the magical hands. Magical motherfucking hands by head. Life tour, Charlotte. Thank you so much for selling out the show. We added a second show in Charlotte. Also, Nashville, we are coming. Austin, we are coming. Phoenix, we added a second show. San Francisco, you saw that, all 4 shows. That's incredible. We'll see what we can do about that. But thank you guys so much. More cities are also available at theandrewschultz.com. Go there. If there are tickets left, go check them out. And Philadelphia, you're up next. I will see you there soon. Peace.
Yo, San Jose, thank you guys so much. That was crazy. They had just expanded the club. We still sold it out. And we had more people coming after. We filled up every standby ticket we could possibly fill. Other people still didn't get in. That was amazing. One of the best weekends of my comedy life. Thank you so much. Also, February 23rd and 24th, Oklahoma City. We're not doing the 22nd anymore. I have to film a little something. You will see what it is soon. But Oklahoma City, February 23rd and 24th. And March 1st and 2nd, Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm excited to be in a place that might not be so cold in March, so hurry up and buy your fucking tickets to that. And March 8th and 9th, Stamford, Connecticut. April 11th through 13th, Tempe. And April 18th through 20th, Denver, Colorado. We're doing another 420 show at Comedy Works, this time at the bigger location. Let's see what happens. Get those tickets and more at akashsingh.com. Now let's get back to the show.
So I go over to the baby. They asked me, I'm like in a state of shock. I'm worried about the, love of my life is over here, just went through this intense surgery, she's fucking vomiting, there's blood everywhere. I'm still hearing them saying there's a lot of blood, so I'm still worried about that. And then I'm seeing my daughter, and it's this amazingly beautiful moment, but I'm still, that's where my love is right now, right? And I mean, the daughter's there, and I'm like, can I say, the daughter holds my fucking hand. It's amazing. You're getting emotional. You're crying. You cry at the second you hear her cry, you start to cry. And they asked me if I want to cut the umbilical cord. And I go, no, you do. Like, I don't know that
I'm not trying to fuck
it's
this up.
ceremonial. You know what I mean? It's already been cut. But I'm like, the umbilical cord is where she gets the blood and the oxygen and the food and all that shit. I'm like, no, I never cut an umbilical cord before.
Yeah.
And then the lady goes, no, it's already been cut. It's like a ceremonial, is that the term?
Yeah, ceremonial.
Ceremonial thing, whatever.
Symbolic thing or something?
Symbolic, whatever.
Mister, I can do brain surgery over here.
So I cut that shit. I cut that little calamari, bro. It was, yeah. Anyway, and then fuck, man, and then I get the baby. The baby's on my chest. It's amazing. I go back to check on Emma. No, sorry. I go back and check on Emma. She's like kind of delusional. She's like, go back and check on the baby again.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Get the baby, and then immediately we bring the baby and we put it on Emma's chest. It was really important to her that she had this like skin on skin time.
Yeah.
Immediately. Apparently it's important for the baby too. So she hasn't eaten anything in over a fucking day. She's been on pumped up for drugs with empty stomach, throwing up and everything. And she like, bro, this was awesome to see. Like, it's awesome when you see somebody give everything they've got.
Yeah.
Like, locks in. She goes,
Like primally.
Primal, like where the gas tank's empty and then there's a new gas tank.
Yeah.
And a lot of us don't even realize that gas tank even exists.
It only exists for this one purpose in the entire universe.
Locks in, baby here, kissing, hugging, blah, blah, blah. Then I take her, knocks out.
Wow.
They move her to a different room to have skin on skin. Comes back, locks in, skin on skin, baby latches, gives the baby the first feed, literally sucks the last bit of life out of Emma, knocks out. Emma goes, before she passes out, she's like, hey, I don't fall asleep. I have to sleep. Don't fall asleep. Just keep an eye on the baby. I go, okay. I go, I could do that. Baby's in there. This is the weird thing that happens. Remember I said that you don't have the connection with the baby initially?
Yeah.
That thing, it starts to seep into you.
Okay. I thought you were gonna fall asleep. Okay. Yeah.
No, it's the weird, I said it, I think I texted you, Mark, and it was just like, in the way that like, if you pour water over cobblestone, you know how it will fill every space? That's what the love for the kid feels like. It just starts to seep in, and then this weird like protective instinct comes in. And like, I didn't go at it with this doctor, but like a new doctor came in from another floor and was like, hey, I'm here to check on the baby. And I was like, can I see some ID or something? Like, in my brain, I jumped to the conclusion that she was gonna steal the baby. So I didn't let her in. And I went and I asked the guy who managed the floor, and I was like, do you know this bitch?
That's valid. That's
Do you
fucking
know
valid.
this fucking bitch?
He's up, dude.
No.
He's up.
And I
love
knew
that.
how irrational and insane I was being.
Do it.
But it's weird how it kind of.
Kev on stage said a thing that I think will apply in reference to this story. He asked his dad, when do you stop worrying about your kid? And he goes, never. The worries just change.
Yeah.
So that's just a sign that like, you're gonna be a great father, and then this is just kind of, the worry is
Oh
the worry.
my God. But then, yeah, and then she did work there. And yeah.
She could have not.
She could have not.
Was it awkward? Like when she came in, were you like, yeah, just not taking any chances?
No, I was totally fine with
I
it.
had nothing to explain to you. You
I
get
felt
it.
zero. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is a good concerned father. You should like me.
Yeah.
You should want people checking you.
Yeah, 1000%.
Random women shouldn't be able to walk up to your baby wearing a different color uniform. I guess another floor got a
It's
different
not a
color.
fucking MacBook I'm watching. It's a child.
It's
my
a
child.
big deal.
That makes sense. If it's a different color uniform,
Y'all
I thought
gotta
it's
color
like
coordinate.
same white coat as everybody else. She has the name tag here, and he's asking her, "Do you work here?"
Like
Like,
a costume shop.
She had dark blue. That's the other thing. You could get these costumes anywhere, bro. They're not like administered by the
Subway
hospital.
ads.
Like
Fig, I could buy some scrubs.
I'm looking at her shoes, right? She didn't have the same. They all wear these like Calzeros or something like
Yeah,
that. They're like
apparently, yeah.
they're a version of a Croc, but it's a different type. It's a fancier Croc. This bitch coming in with New Balance. I'm like, hold on.
Yeah,
She's ready to
Hold
run.
on.
Ready to run.
Hold
bro.
on, exactly. She ready to run with my motherfucking baby, long distance. I'm like, not my baby. So this other dude who's looking over the floor, I told you this shit. Other dude looking over the floor, He's like, no, she works here. Everything's good. I'm like, all right, keep an eye on her. I gotta go get a coffee. I come back. That dude who runs the floor is also a nurse. He has to pump out the blood from my wife's vagina, and he does that by pushing on her stomach. So my wife is vagina out. I told y'all this. Yeah. Vagina out, and every 30 minutes he got to push on her stomach and then shoot the blood out of her vagina.
Fuck, dude.
Right? Does that 3 times before we leave. Looks at me. He goes, "Yo, bro, big fan of the pod." Yo, son, been staring at my wife's pussy. You know what I mean? Pumping blood out of it. Yeah. And it hits me with the big fan of the pod. We could have just gone our separate ways, fam. Yeah. Thank you for listening. Yeah, you don't got but I don't need to know. You know what I mean?
Did he snap a pic? Be honest.
Nah, I mean mental.
You too?
I think mental pic. He might have when I went to go get the coffee. That's crazy, right? You gotta let bygones be bygones with that one staring straight down my wife's vagina.
Yeah, someone's having a vulnerable moment. I'm not a fan at that moment. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna move on.
Yeah, from this. You don't know me, I don't know you, and you don't know what my wife's vagina looks like. Anyway.
He's like, yo, your wife was in a spin cycle, my son.
Son, it was crazy. Son, it was crazy.
All due respect.
Every nurse during the C-section was a fan of the pod. Male nurse, every single one.
Wow.
Every single one. Shout out to all of y'all. But
they're
fuck
listening
was
right now.
Bleeding so much. You know what I mean? The fuck, y'all gotta stop listening to podcasts while you're doing surgeries, motherfuckers.
Yeah, can't they use code words or something? Bleeding a lot is like...
Yo, my man said, it was like there's a lot of blood or there's hemorrhaging or something like that. And that shit is terrifying.
Yeah, use like restaurants have code language and they don't even need it.
Yeah, 86.
Yeah.
86 on the mom.
Give me... Can you just use restaurant language while we're in the surgery? I can hear you.
Son.
Oh my God.
So yeah, and then this shit, the hard part starts where you just got to keep the baby alive, and it's just whatever. But now it's like,
I'm surprised it was cool with all these male nurses.
Son, at a certain point, like so many medical professionals done finger my wife in front of me, bro, then you just got to take the L. Do you know what I mean? You just got to take the L. Oh, the doctor came in and said this. Doctor comes in and she goes, hey, I just want to let you know you were never going to have a natural vaginal birth. And we're like, why? She goes, you're way too thin. Like you're way too thin on the inside. I guess it's the cervix or whatever it is. She's like, there's no way to tell.
Cervical wall, I think it might be called, maybe?
Basically, it's like a martini glass. I guess it opens up in there, but you can only feel like the stem, like when you put your finger in to see how dilated it is. Yeah. But like, she's like, yeah, it would have never gone through. Would have never happened. And yeah, I always thought it was, me, son. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Not to make it about me, but you know what I'm saying? I always thought your boy was, you know what I mean? I thought your boy was big. Turns out. You know what I mean? Turns out she's skinny mini. Turns out. You know? Shit. With all due respect.
Oh my God.
With all due respect. You know what I mean? I thought. You know,
God is crazy.
What?
You are crazy.
What? What? Nah, y'all want to know that your wife got the Venus flytrap. Do you know what I mean? Got the kung fu. You want to know your wife got the kung fu. Doctor certified kung fu.
All right. All right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, how's time at home? Let's move past this really quick,
bro. Yes, this is improv.
Nope. My wife hates me, bro. That's how time at home is. Rightfully so. I'm just trying to help. I'm trying to help. My wife hates me, bro.
You've done your job.
And she should hate me.
Yeah, this is helping. This is going to
She's a hero. You see what she went through? You see what she went through? It was unbelievable what she went through with her little tight pussy. You know what I mean? No, it's crazy. That's crazy what she went through.
Oh, man.
The whole time I thought it was me. You know what I mean? At least I know them noises was real. You know what I mean? Y'all don't. Y'all don't know if your wife's noises is real. I do. I know. Doctor certified. A gyno came in and said my wife is tight. It's like, I'm just saying. That's a fact.
Yeah, but it's not you. You can't take credit.
Yo, hey.
Bowling with bumpers.
Son.
You know what I mean?
Hey, a strike is a strike. A strike is a strike. I'm taking my strikes however I get them, bro.
Oh my God.
Another man coming in the room and telling you your wife's pussy.
It was a woman doctor, son. It was a woman doctor, son.
Even crazy.
It was a woman doctor.
That would kill Akash.
Nah, as long as you don't make her laugh, I'm fine. Don't make her laugh. Yo. Don't be funny while you're doing surgery. I'll beat your ass in a minute.
She can moan, but no giggles.
I'll beat you up, bitch. You keep making my wife laugh during surgery.
Son,
I'll fuck you up.
son, that was crazy, bro. Nah, but my wife ate me now, so that's it. It is what it is. But she should.
I've heard that is the thing.
What do you do? I mean, they do everything. There's nothing like I can't. Baby, I love the baby wakes up. Listen. You've never done less and felt more productive in your life when you pick up a baby that's yours.
Yeah.
And you're just looking at them. Like everything else, you look at your phone and scroll, and you just feel like a piece of shit.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
wasting. I should be reading a book. I should be learning something. I should be spending time with my family. This right here is the greatest 5 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever it is that you'll ever have in your life. It's incredible.
Oh, dude, that video you posted where
where the
she
baby smiled,
smiles
right?
at the end.
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't even clock it the first time. I saw it in a comment. And I was like, oh, wow, that's so fucking, like, what a beautiful thing
it's so
to have
cool.
on camera.
It's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. Yeah, and you don't know, like, do they recognize you or not? It doesn't even matter. It's just the coolest. Everything about them is cool. Like, everything about, when they sleep, it's the cutest thing you've ever seen. When they cry, it's adorable. When they burp, it's the funniest thing. Everything about them is the most that you've ever experienced.
Yeah.
When they throw up, everyone dies laughing. When they fart, it's the funniest thing.
Yeah, I remember when Luther had a kid, he took a shit and he was like, you want to come see this? This is funny.
It's the
like,
coolest shit. When they first shit, it's dark. It's a dark shit. It's an onyx. It's a dark onyx. It's the darkest shit you've ever seen in your life.
yeah.
And then it starts to lighten up.
But that first one, they've been plotting on it for a while.
Yeah, it's true, dude.
That's a 9 month. That's a long month cooker right
They
there.
can't
dude.
wait.
Yeah, when she pees, her nostrils flare. So she was like this when she pees. I mean, when she farts just like me, constantly farting.
Yeah, that's fire.
Oh, it's
Does
just
she
awesome.
imitate it too?
Oh, no, but I do.
Yo, in about 2 months, you're going to just lift one cheek and fart.
It's just going to be, it's fire. It's
And then
awesome.
how was it when your parents came?
Oh, my, you get to, the thing about babies is like they literally bring out the best version of everybody as
Yeah.
long as they're not like crying on a plane or something like that. Like,
Oh,
when
even then, I find it cute.
because you're like a fucking good human. You know, this guy. Fucking asshole over here.
Take a bus, bro.
But yeah, like anybody that sees a baby, they're on their best behavior. They're their kindest, they're their sweetest, they treat you the best. Like all of a sudden you're qualified as like not an asshole. You could be an asshole. You could be a horrible parent. But when you see somebody like pushing a baby, you're like, all right, they're probably not
Decent.
Yeah, they're probably a decent human being. They're taking care of a thing.
Yeah.
You know? And like seeing my mom weep, like my mom's like a tough, like Scottish
I've
woman.
never seen her.
Immediately weep.
Oh,
Like adorable.
yeah.
You know, dad is clocked out. Dad like multiple times just on the couch like, who is that? Like, oh, that's your granddaughter.
That's reasonable.
It's your granddaughter.
That's sort of cool.
You should tell her to come out to Fire Island.
Multiple invites.
That's reasonable. She just got here, though. You know what I mean? Like,
100%.
she just got here.
100%. I mean, yeah, it's just.
Nah, but imagine getting that news multiple times. That's
what I'm
lit.
saying.
Oh, the best day of your life every minute? That's
You're
fucking
a
awesome.
granddad immediately over and over again. It's also anytime you share that you have a kid with people who have kids, they get to relive the best moments of their kids' early childhood.
Yeah.
So their eyes light up and they tell you about when their kid was just born and how magical it was, or when their grandkid. Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
Do you
It
get
was
the
awesome.
picture stereotype now? Like
What?
every
Yeah.
new parent's like, oh yeah, look.
Yeah, picture.
Oh, I find myself doing it, and I know when I'm sharing with people, they don't give a fuck, and I still do it. I don't give a fuck. Like I know when I share with you guys care.
Yeah.
Maybe, but I know the average person doesn't. But I will still.
Yeah.
And you should. You're most proud of creating that.
Yeah.
Over anything else in your life.
Yeah.
Like
Your mom seen the scan of you. She's like, is the nose gonna be that way?
she was worried. She was worried. It's also weird when you look at them. You see, like I saw my mom immediately. It was creepy. Like, and I wonder if it's like a biological trick that you're supposed to see either yourself or your relatives in your kid, so you don't assume that your wife's a bitch. You know, and then because I would be a bitch if she got
that'd be a mean thing to do.
pregnant with somebody
it's a
else.
cruel joke. It's a prank. It's a mean prank.
It is a fucking mean prank.
Super rude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling at this
No,
point, but
dude,
it's just
it's
like
great.
it was. Yeah, it's just crazy.
It's amazing. First one to have a kid. Here, God bless.
Jason goes. I tell you guys this. He goes. Yeah, you got to hide the diapers. I go, why? He goes, well, you hide the diapers, and then your wife's like, we ran out of diapers, and you go, well, I'll go get some.
That's good. That's good. Free game.
I hit up Uyeda. He's like, oh, dude. He goes, when my baby mama, she liked this specific thing from Starbucks. He goes, those are the 2 best parts of my day. I go get her Starbucks in the morning, I get her Starbucks in the afternoon, and I love those are the moments. And you're basically finding these moments to be of service, but get the fuck out the house as well. Because while the baby's sleeping, you can't play with it.
You can stare at it for so long.
It's impossible to stare at without giving it a kiss. It's impossible.
I can't even
It
imagine.
is impossible.
I can't even imagine.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Also, you're not supposed to like sleep with them on your body. Nothing makes you want to go to sleep more. When they're asleep,
It's like a little weighted blanket.
TV's on. The heat comes on in the apartment.
also, they don't bitch about anything. Like you can have full level conversations.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Babies don't care when you're scrolling. You know what I mean?
They love it.
Scrolling Instagram all day.
I will say this though, and they're right. My wife is right, and women who just give birth and are doing all the things are right in this. But they don't realize they need something until you sit down and exhale. At the moment of sit down and exhale is their brains go, oh, can I have the weight distributed in the apartment a little bit more with you over there? The second you sit down.
It makes complete sense.
Of course.
Because it's like, I'm
Doing everything.
This motherfucker exhaling. You ain't do shit, first of all.
You got
What
me
you
sour
exhaling
gummies.
for?
I got her sour gummies.
You ain't had no 24-hour labor. You stayed
Yeah.
up, drank coffee. Talk
That's
to
it.
me.
That's it.
Oh.
So it was like day 4. We were in the hospital for a while. Day 4, I remember I'm fucking exhausted. I'm going downstairs in the elevator to get a coffee. And I remember thinking to myself, I go, oh, this is the going out for some cigarettes. like I would never. But this is when it happens. Like it's this time.
The intrusive thought gets in there.
Yeah, like I'm in the elevator, I'm all by myself, and like nobody would even know. Like I'm just gonna get off on the 2nd floor and then go get some Starbucks because that's what I would do because I love my kid more than anything in the world. It's amazing. I love my wife more than anything in the world. But someone who didn't would take this feeling and they would go get some cigarettes, and then you'd never see them unless you made the NBA. That would be the only time.
Oh my God, dude.
So,
You just look at the car keys, you're like,
bro, I'm telling you.
Not even the car keys, the Uber app.
He's getting himself an Uber Black. I bet that.
I need some comfort. Yeah. Anyway, listen. Thank you guys, everybody who came out to. There's a lot of people that came out to Life Tour, which is really about the whole process. It's why it's called the Life Tour. But about trying to get pregnant and a lot of people would DM me afterwards and they would like wish us best of luck and they would like pray for us, which was, I'm not a very religious guy, but for whatever reason really means a lot when people who are religious offer to pray. And we really needed everything, all the help that we could have gotten. That meant a lot. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who came out and everybody who's been supported through that process. And also people who kind of kept this a secret, as I know it seems weird to talk about it on stage, but also not really want it to be out there.
I think when we discussed it on the call, someone brought up a good point, which was like you were talking about something that you had gone through, but you hadn't had the baby yet. And you already said everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong. And I would be like, I don't want to jinx anything.
Bro, I was so terrified of jinxing it. But like even on stage, we had an agreement, my wife and I, like we wouldn't talk about getting pregnant until the baby could survive premature birth. So I think after like maybe 6 months or something like that, the baby can.
Okay.
So I didn't confirm on stage up until then that she actually got pregnant. It was like, okay, we're trying and hopefully everything will go well throughout this process. And So we're just so fucking scared. I mean, I don't know, you get superstitious.
Oh, dude, the miracle of childbirth. As you get older, you realize that it is a fucking miracle.
Son, it's a miracle.
Like so many things
Son,
can happen.
yeah. Bro, you know what happened? This is. I became a feminist and an anti-vaxxer day one. Day one.
That's an interesting combo.
Day one.
That is an
I
interesting
became an
combo.
anti-vaxxer day one.
Why?
They come into the room. They're like, "Hey, we'd like to give the baby the hepatitis B shot." And I go, "Whoa, whoa, whoa."
What you need that for? Who's she fucking?
So I didn't know that. Literally, I didn't know that, right? So I go, hepatitis B. I'm like, what's hepatitis B? They're like, oh, it's just, I'm like, well, how do you get hepatitis B? And then they're like, oh, well, it's a sexually transmitted disease. And I'm like,
See what I mean? Suck my dick. Don't give me hepatitis B.
You got to get the full cocktail. You got to get everything, bro.
I'm not saying you don't. What I'm trying to say is we don't need that day. Like, what's happening in the nursery that, like, you're worried about this baby getting hepatitis?
We can leave that one off the list.
I'm not even saying leave it off. Like, we just made a baby. Day one, you're gonna give her a vaccine for some shit that it would be hopefully really hard for her to get.
Yeah, it's kind of a diss, dude, because they give it if either the parents have Hep B, and so they're basically being like, yo, like just to be safe.
Yeah.
It's like, what? What are you saying about me?
What do you say? Like, do I look like I have fucking hepatitis?
At least I understand the rationale, at least.
But it's like, could you ask if I have it before you?
Yeah, let's just figure out if I have it.
All I'm saying
And
is,
then no, thank you on that one. It should be like dim sum. Like I check off the
bring
ones
it
I
around.
want.
Yeah, and if we don't want it, we don't want it.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a great. Yes, dim sum with the vaccine. And I'll be honest, some shit is changing about vaccines now.
What's changed?
And this is it's like parents don't want to admit that they're skeptical. Because Emma started to research some shit. She was like, it's not the vaccine, but like, she's like, the chances of her getting hepatitis are like 1 in a million day one. She goes, the chances of her having negative effects based on the aluminum that's in the vaccine are like 1 in 1,300. So it's like, you have a 1 in a million, I'll go with 1 in a million odds over 1 in 1,300 odds.
Yeah.
In the beginning, and eventually when the baby's built up a little bit more, you can handle it. But I see why there is a skepticism around the vaccines when they're like coming around day one to shoot up your baby, and there's really no upside.
Yeah.
Or at least ask me if I got the hep,
Yeah.
like you said.
Yeah, again, I think dude, being completely anti-vax is crazy, but also every vaccine I need to give them, I don't believe that
So
either.
we went to this pediatrician because you got to schedule you do your appointment and all that kind of shit. It's a really beautiful mom. And they were like, yeah, so we were wondering about the vaccines. And the pediatrician goes, she's like, yeah, we were wondering like the timing of that. She's like, yeah, do you want to space them out a little bit? They suggested it. Mm-hmm. That means, you know how many parents got to be in there asking it for it to be spaced out for even the doctor to go? And we're
Preemptively.
Exactly. And we're not talking about like some like goofy off the res Appalachian Mountain conspiracy kooks. We're talking about some fucking finance bro parents going, what exactly?
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying we should be skeptical about all the vaccines. You just see why it exists. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Definitely. On the day you meet like a perfect baby, and you're looking at this thing, you're like, this is perfect. And then all of a sudden they come in, they're like, hey, we're gonna fix some things. You're like, whoa.
Well, we just got to make sure they don't get an STD in this. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, nah, bro. No, I'm not doing that one.
Now you're seeing. Dude. Come on. Now this is how it happens. And you move to Florida, and then you fucking become my family. Dude.
One part of that
Welcome to the show, baby.
One part of that I really love. One part of that I love that part.
Yeah, exactly, dude. And Florida's not bad. You're gonna like that too. I'm
Paddle
telling you,
year
bro.
round, dude. Paddle year round.
Nah, he knows how to get us down there. Anyway, So, whatever. Thank you guys for letting me fucking get all that out. That was pretty awesome. And thank you guys for being so supportive throughout this whole process. I know that, there's been times that have been like high stress that I've definitely come into the pod and
No, not at all.
so I developed a breathing issue. It was crazy.
When you said, that's what I thought of. When he goes, this is the first time I could breathe. Do you guys remember on Patreon, he was like, I just can't take like a deep breath. I haven't been able to do
He's
for
like, I
months.
need a nose surgery. It's like, no, you need to have a baby.
Son, I was so, like, I thought about this the other day. Like, imagine having my size nose and not getting enough air. I have none of the benefits. I should have excess air at all points in time. I should be lighter than I am.
You could be an air donor.
Yes.
You have
If
so
there
much.
was one of those, I should have that. The fact that but yeah, I looked it up and there's like this stress-induced, it's not asthma, it's like hyperventilation. And like, yeah, it was just I would, and then all in Brilliant Idiots would happen. Sometimes it happened when I would be yawning a lot, and people thought I was tired, but it was a symptom of not having enough oxygen. So your body takes over and just induces a yawn so you can get enough.
Yeah, yawning's an anxiety thing.
Yeah.
I do it all the time when I'm anxious.
Yo, it was fucking crazy. So
Stress is crazy what it can do to your body. It's crazy.
It was like I think one of you guys was saying this. It was like your body eventually. What is it?
There's a book called Healing Back Pain. Basically, the idea is like a lot of times your body creates pain or physiological issues to distract your mind from like the overwhelming stress and anxiety. It's like, look, you're not trying to deal with that right now, and I get it. So let's just have some other shit pop up. You can focus on that. And that's kind of the idea. And my wife had migraines, we'll talk about this, like every day for like months. You guys knew that. And then we kind of dug, and she was going through a lot, and there was a lot of stress stuff. And then once she started to understand that, the migraines have mostly gone away.
Oh, wow.
Every day for months she had migraines, debilitating migraines.
That's
similar
fucked.
thing. It's just stress can have an insane impact on the body.
I never believed in that shit. I thought that shit was gay.
Yeah.
Like my whole life, I'm like, what do you mean you're stressed out? Whatever, like that.
It still can be gay.
It's probably. And
That's why you were yawning. He's trying to suck somebody's dick. Fit a dick in his mouth.
help me. So, but yo, low key, like I just couldn't get full breaths of air. It's the weirdest. It is the weirdest thing to explain. But basically, what happens is I try to take a deep breath, and it just never feels like it gets to that satisfaction point.
Yeah, it was like
where you just feel like you got enough. It would always feel like at 80%. Dude, I remember doing shows weirdly enough, when I'm on stage, it wouldn't affect me. Like for whatever reason, I guess your brain snaps into like a different survival
Adrenaline mode and
yeah, or like this hyper focus, and you can't be stressed by these other things. But I remember I'd be doing shows at the Cellar, and then in between I would have to leave, and I would go to this little park off 6th Avenue where they had these benches, and I would do these box breathing techniques that they give like Navy SEALs and shit, where it's like a 6-second breath in, hold, exhale,
12-second exhale or whatever.
Yeah, 6 seconds. I think, and then you just keep doing it, and I'm like, I just anything I could do to find a way to be able to breathe.
Yeah.
And it was just crazy.
Yeah,
and that
it
was
sucks.
for over a year. It's just like,
Yeah, you were in a little bit of denial about the stress, I think. 'Cause I remember asking you, being like, yo, are you stressed? You're like, nah, I'm not stressed. And then you'd be like, hang on one second, my girl's calling me. Babe, is everything okay? I think Andrew's a little stressed.
that's the thing. Every phone call, you're like, this is it. This is the
Every
worst case.
call, if her
Every phone.
name came up, everything okay? And then she'd be like, yeah, you're late, where are you?
Yeah, we have to be
you're
together.
right.
Yeah, I forgot to breathe. Yeah, it's just so, it's just so crazy. Anyway, it's awesome. And thank you guys, everybody who came out and who saw, and thank you guys for being so supportive. You guys are fucking awesome about the whole thing. And yeah, we got a little baby in the Flagrant fam. You know what I mean?
That's fire.
Pretty cool.
That's fire.
Pretty cool.
Do you feel like, was it fun being like settled? Like I know whenever you have like a week or two of doing nothing, you get like fucking antsy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This, you had 2 weeks of obviously doing stuff, but kind of just being in the crib. Like,
No, not at all.
What do
Not
you
at
mean?
all fun.
This hasn't changed your relationship
Not at all,
with
no,
nothing
I
to do?
felt like I was, I need things to do. I was like, can I breastfeed? Like, what? do you want to
illegal.
put it in the bottle?
I think that's
Like,
illegal.
Yo, the baby tried to latch on me.
Latching on.
When the baby first came out, I had to be like, yo, I had to curb my own daughter. Like,
That's a diss.
real talk. I got some titties, yo. Damn, bro. But yeah, but no, like I still want to do things. I want to keep my brain. Yo, the idea of like, yeah, whatever.
Was it the opposite? Were you like, yo, I want to get after it more? Like, I got someone to fight for now?
No, like everybody said that too. They're like, yo, the second this baby happens, you're gonna want to go out there and work so hard. And I'm like, I want to retire. I want to hang out with this baby all the fucking
Play
time.
paddle and hang with my kid?
That's the best day ever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but in terms of like, I want to do things. I love that my wife has the ultimate purpose right now. It's incredible. Like she's literally giving life to something.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the dad really comes into play a little bit later. As I've talked to some of my friends, they're like, yeah, once they start kind of waking up and recognizing you, then you're like teaching them things, showing them things, walking with them, like, playing with everything that you do with them. They're just absorbing and taking in. But right now you're in the stage of like, keep this baby alive, fed, and growing. Mm-hmm. And, I'm trying to do everything I can to make that happen.
Yeah.
But paternity leave is ridiculous, is basically what I'm trying to say. Like, whatever fucking idiot invented that. paternity leave? Like, for what? You know what I mean? Maternity leave is like, it should be criminal if you don't automatically.
How long should it be? Because it's like 6 weeks in
For
the
the
US.
rest of their lives. Once a woman gives birth, she should never have to go back to work. I do believe it's beneath them. I think I've said that before, but I think it's beneath a woman to go back. If it's her passion or whatever, do it. But like, if it's just like a job working at like Target or something like that, it's beneath you once
The
you give
husband
birth.
should just take 2 jobs.
Or the government should supply it. Do we want a country or not?
Socialist.
I'm a socialist. I'm a feminist, a socialist, an anti-vaxxer. We need a larger managerial class. Sorry, Vivek, you don't know what's going on. But yeah, it's beneath them. Like, they created a human being.
great.
You're going to go work the register now? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, they call it leave. Like, oh, you're gonna come back. You know what I mean? It should be maternity start.
start.
Hey,
And
maternity beginning.
That's it. And that's it. That's it.
Yeah. 6 months in Europe.
For the woman.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was like a year, right?
Some go up even to a year. That's great. But the paternity leave, whatever man argued for that, they then got it and they were like, bad idea.
Wait, what about the podcast last week?
What'd I say?
You said, hey, I'm not gonna do the podcast.
That's my wife. Bro. You kidding me? I would have gone out to get some diapers in a heartbeat.
Yeah, she saw you on an Instagram clip.
It's like, when did you record this?
You're like, oh, that was all. We banked it.
Scheduled.
Yeah, we banked it way long ago.
No, I think paternity leave should be a week. You need a week so that they can mend up and everything's going to be okay.
Great.
As long as the wife has help.
Yeah,
if the
yeah.
wife has family, if you have a baby
Yeah,
nurse
yeah.
or not, the wife needs help. You need something for the wife, 100%. But if I'm being home because I selfishly want to be around my kid, like I just want to be near her every second of the fucking day. I want that. Selfish. If my wife was smart, she would say, hey, you're useless right now. Go make us as much money as you possibly can so that she's safe and we're safe during this time period.
Let's have you say that sentence again so we can keep it, but just don't say if my wife was smart. Let me just save you a fucking fight.
All right. If my wife wasn't a bona fide No. How do I say it?
the ideal setup.
So if my wife was even more genius than she is.
Yeah.
Like she's already obviously a genius.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No big deal. MBA from NYU. You know
Right.
what I mean?
No question.
You know what I mean? She's a businesswoman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So if she wanted to treat this like a business,
Yeah.
she would say, yo, during this time period where you're a servant, go out there and get after it so that when you really need to kick up the daddy duty, you can take some time off for that.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, nah, bro, that baby's too cute. I need to be around that baby.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's selfish. And you go, I'm selfish.
You
I
go,
asked her what I'm getting for Valentine's. I said, Valentine's coming up.
what am I getting for Valentine's / your birthday?
I said some shit I regretted the fuck out of that. She's on the C-section thing, and I'm looking at this woman who's so fucking courageous and brave, and it's amazing what she's doing. I said, there's a thing called a push present where you get them a present for doing what they're supposed to. And I guess we go, do I get a go to work and provide present? I don't know. Do I get one of that? No.
Here's a push present. Her name is Shiloh Jean Schulz.
Exactly. So,
Push present.
oh yeah, so push present, and so I'm on the, and I'm like looking at this woman. I'm so like just enamored by this woman, and I looked at her and I go, "Let me tell you something, babe." I go, "That push present is about to be crazy. That's about to be crazy. I go, whatever you want." That baby came out, and I had to be like, yo. It was the Pitocin or something. So like, I don't know what Fuzzy Boy was acting up. Like, we got to put that money in the college fund. We got to be a little more safe about this spending that we got going on.
Did she bring it up? And you're like, no, you were on drugs. You
Brought it
were
up to
dead.
me yesterday. Yes, she brought it up.
Who said that? Me?
He's like, yeah, nah, that
She's
was
doing
drugs.
group DMs with fucking jewelry companies. That shit was in the away box. I ain't even, you know the box.
The general.
The general. Yeah, I put that shit in general real fast.
Oh my God.
Anyway, okay. I'm sure we got other things to talk about, but thank you guys one
This
more
is how
time.
I should have known he needed things to do is when he started texting about the Super Bowl, I was like, this motherfucker, he needs things to do. When he's watching the Super Bowl fixated on football,
It was
this
amazing.
guy's bored out of his mind.
That game was incredible.
The game was incredible.
It was a good
Game
game.
was
The
incredible.
best, one of the best games I've ever seen. It was funny to see you
pushed off a
texting
feeding.
about it.
I say, it's overtime. That baby need to wait.
Yeah, we got to risk it.
Oh man, does
Incredible game.
everybody
man.
watched?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying about Patrick Mahomes?
I was happy for you. I'll be honest. I was a little happy for you.
Yeah.
There's a little part of me that was joyous because you just became a Chiefs fan and you were going to lose in overtime. And I was going to come here and I'd be like, that's what you fucking get. But there was a part of me that was
I
happy.
don't even know if I'll ever actually leave the Cowboys as a fan because I'm so gay and I just keep reading news and stuff. But the Chiefs have beaten the Cowboys' biggest rivals in every Super Bowl. The Eagles and the Niners are the two biggest Cowboys.
yeah.
So I don't care. I would have loved Patrick Mahomes regardless to keep them from 3 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
But he's the best. He might not be the greatest ever because Brady played for 18 years or whatever and won so much. And I don't know, that's a long career. But nobody's ever been better at quarterback than Patrick Mahomes is right now in this moment in time.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if it's debatable. It's insane.
Wow.
That fucking overtime, when they got the field goal and San Francisco's defense had been just kind of dominating all game, and he's like, what do we need to win? We need a touchdown. All right, let's just go get it.
Did you say better than Brady?
Brady, at his best, was never this good.
Wow.
Okay.
Brady's
Can
longevity.
you back that up? I don't
Brady
know
was
enough about-
incredible, but I think the reason Brady is the greatest is the longevity. Like, Brady didn't win an MVP for his first, 10 years in the league or some shit like this. The number's not right, but it took a long time to win his first MVP. Mahomes has already won 3.
Wow.
In his first 6 years, I think.
Yeah.
He's been to the NFC Championship game every season he started.
Yo, you know
I'm
what's-
sorry, AFC Championship game. Every season he
You
started.
always spoke about this when it comes to tennis, but it's crazy that we just finished the career of the greatest football player in history,
Yes.
which is Tom Brady.
Yes.
And immediately
Yes.
upon his retirement,
Yes.
there's already a discussion about is Patrick Mahomes better than the greatest football
Yes.
player in history?
I mean, the guy does.
Poor
Brady's.
Brady. There wasn't even a gap. With Jordan, there still isn't even this generation might say LeBron, but they don't really know.
Yeah.
And it's not really there. With Kobe, nobody even really. There was admiration for Kobe, but it was never a real debate.
Yeah. Brady's still the GOAT, again, because longevity's.
But what you're saying is he's not better as a player.
He's not better. And here's one thing I also give Brady credit for.
Sorry. It's crazy to say, but he's not.
I know he's not.
He's not crazy, but it's crazy to say.
Here's another thing you got to give Brady credit for that we forget. He had an insane ACL tear or something in 2009. He had to get 3 or 4 surgeries. So to come back and then win more Super Bowls than you had before, insane. Insane, and we just kind of forget about that. So again, longevity, you got to say this is the greatest, maybe athlete ever, but just being so good in a moment in time. Patrick Mahomes is flawless. He has 0 flaws. Brady was not athletic.
Brady's at home eating the avocado ice cream right now.
Mahomes got the dad body, whatever the fuck he wants to.
Crazy.
Brady eating avocado ice cream, can't get a 6-yard scramble. Patrick Mahomes will get you 30 in overtime.
I love that they put the ball in his hands. on
4th and 1
down.
was
Yeah,
so
it's
fucking
fire.
incredible. Dude.
And went out and got it. Ran it.
Oh,
And the
unbelievable.
play was designed brilliantly in that Travis was there. If you really look at the play, these are the guys we trust the most on this team.
Yes.
And Travis is there to block, but he's also there for a little dump too.
Yeah.
I guess if
Called a run pass option.
Right.
So based on what the 49ers lineman, Nick Bosa, who's fucking incredible.
if
Shouts
Bosa
to
goes
Trump.
for
If he comes down toward the running back, if he hooks down like that, I think, then Mahomes runs. And if Kelsey's open, there's an option for a Kelsey pass for a first down.
or he just runs for
Or he just runs for the first down. He decided to run. But all 3 options based on what this lineman does. It's just a great, Andy Reid is amazing.
But it's a cool play in that the other team knows the ball is staying in his hands.
Yes.
or it's going to Travis.
Yeah.
And they called the play and still executed it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's you can plan, you can double team, whatever, but great players are just going to make great plays.
Yeah.
And it was really awesome to see, man. And give it up for Purdy too.
Purdy played well, I thought.
He played really well.
He had some bad throws, I guess, but that Chiefs defense is fucking good, man. They made Lamar Jackson look like not himself. Josh Allen, I think, had a pretty good game, but not crazy.
That kid
And
is
then-
nice, bro. I think he's underrated.
He's good enough at least.
Why didn't they give it to McCaffrey every play?
That is a thing that everybody, because the Chiefs' big flaw defensively is run defense. You can run on them. Buffalo was running all over them. They just kind of stopped running. San Francisco apparently had 2 drives in a row in the third quarter where they went 3 and out, which means they didn't get a single first down. All passes, 6 straight passes. McCaffrey seems to get 6 yards every time he runs. Why don't you just feed him on these drives? And just Kyle Shanahan is the coach of the 49ers, like this offensive genius. But the big knock on him in every Super Bowl that he's lost is that he should have run in certain moments when he did not. I don't know if y'all remember, he was the offensive coordinator of Atlanta when they lost up 28-3. Like the second to last drive, they're up 8, Atlanta is. Matt Ryan throws this crazy completion, an insane catch to Julio Jones. If they run 3 times, they should be able to kick a field goal with like however much time is left.
because they're going to keep the clock running,
Keep
but
the
they
clock
threw.
running. And you're like at the 30-yard line, so this is a makeable field goal. Let's just run it 3 times, have a chip shot field goal. We go up 11. There's no way the Patriots win.
Yeah.
They decide to pass. This is on the quarterback, too. The quarterback takes a sack. So now you're out of field goal range. You have to punt. And instead of an 11-point game that's 2 possessions, it's an 8-point game. Tom Brady obviously gets the ball, scores a touchdown. He's got the same Mahomes thing where it's like he's going to get the touchdown and the 2-point, and they lose the game. Against the Chiefs, they're up 10 in the fourth quarter. There's a play where if they just run, the clock keeps going. You could probably get a first down. They try to pass Chris Jones, who's so underrated, the defensive tackle for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
He knocks it down. They end up having a punt. Kansas City takes the lead on the next possession. Then this time, every time, just fucking run the clock out or pick up yards on the ground, and there's just always a little pass happening.
You know what's crazy is to see someone who is so much better than everybody else that at that point in a game, we're talking about overtime, potentially the last drive, still does whatever he wants.
It's unbelievable.
You can't be just a little better than everybody else to do whatever you want. Like, think about it like tennis, paddle, basketball, whatever. If you're a little better than the team that you're playing against, you don't do whatever you want. You might get some buckets, but you don't do whatever you want.
Still scrapping a little.
Yeah, you have to be so much better. Jordan was so much better than the competition that on any given night, he puts up 40 if he wants it.
Boys and men.
And I think that's the Patrick Mahomes situation.
Yeah, dog. I was thinking about this. He was playing.
Didn't even look
poorly.
nervous when he walked out there.
Oh, not at all. Everybody, and I'm a pessimistic guy. Everybody else, so I didn't know if they would score a touchdown, but everybody else that I'm listening to, and I don't think this is hindsight. I think this is real. If you're not rooting for Patrick Mahomes, you're like, oh, he's going to beat us. It's over. We fucked up. Not scoring that touchdown, it's over. And there was a fire thing, like the overtime rules, I guess, were a little bit different, where now, even if you score a touchdown on the first drive, the other team can match. And San Francisco's head coach didn't tell any of the players. He was like, let's receive, because if we score and then they match us, we get the ball back. And then the Chiefs players were like, we met twice a week, every week in the playoffs, talking about this exact scenario. And we said, we want the ball second. We were shocked they took it first because we figure if they score a touchdown, and this is having Patrick Mahomes, then we'll just go down, score a touchdown, and we'll go for 2 and win the game.
Now, here's the thing.
Shit.
Now, I love that, but there is something I have to say about that. How much accountability do we have to give the players to learn the rules of the game? Like, bare minimum, if you're a player, you should know the rules of the game. I love the fact that KC is so organized that they're going to basically, like, work out every scenario and make sure the players know, but, like, bro, you're an NFL football player and you don't know the rules of overtime?
Get a YouTube link in the group chat or something.
What do you mean they don't know
They
the
had
rules?
just changed the rules this playoffs. I didn't know. I had no idea. And
but you don't get paid to play football.
It's
These
also
motherfuckers
only applies in the playoffs. Regular season is the same rules.
So this is the first year that the playoffs were this way.
Also, I like
also
the rule change. I think it makes more sense.
Way more.
And it wouldn't have impacted this
Way
Super
fair.
Bowl because the old rule, like the 5-year-old rule, is if you kick a field goal first, the other team has a chance to match. And if you score a touchdown, it's over.
It
But-
technically isn't different, but it was different this year.
I think what happened is that it takes away the time component. So let's say you're on a long drive on the way down, and you eat up 9 minutes of clock. The other team, they have a chance to score, but they would only have 3 minutes left or however long the overtime period was left in order for them to score.
And also, if they score a touchdown, I don't get the ball at all. It's just over. Like, what the fuck
It
is that?
saves that golden goal scenario where it's just first one to get it actually scores.
Guys, while we're talking about the Super Bowl, you should know you can keep playing Prize Picks, even though football season has ended, and that's what we talk about the most. Basketball season, super fun. March Madness, super fun. And if you use the promo code Schulz, PrizePicks will match your initial deposit up to $100. That means you put in $100, they give you $100 for free. You got nothing to lose. And here's my PrizePicks for tonight's NBA games. I have Jaylen Brown less than 31 points plus rebounds plus assists, and Anthony Edwards more than 36.5 of those same stats. Guys, again, PrizePicks.com, promo code Schulz. Let's get back to the motherfucking show.
All right. Do you think Taylor thought she was getting proposed to?
I hope
think so.
she would.
You didn't think?
I don't think so.
Everything is so calculated that she would know?
I'm assuming. Like, maybe in the back of your head, you're like, oh, is it going to be a double blind, whatever. But like,
Yo, second Travis Kelce grabbed that mic, and he's good on the mic. I ain't gonna front. Like, he got me hyped.
Yeah, he was nice.
But the second he grabbed it, I was like, we not getting a proposal today. He was singing fucking Beastie Boys. I was like, Taylor is not getting a ring today, baby. This is about Travis.
Yeah, I
she
knew
was
pretty
chilling on the
quickly, yeah.
side.
As it should have been. Like, it's his day. Like,
Yeah.
if he would have proposed, it would have been all about Taylor, and it was already about Taylor too much. So
Yo, you know, this poor girl can't win, bro. I think we talked about this maybe before, but like, literally, she has 4 sold-out shows in Tokyo, hops on a jet to be at her boyfriend. It's not even her husband.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend. Her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend's game or whatever,
Yeah.
Super Bowl, obviously big game. She comes to every single one of the fucking games. She has to organize how many people's lives have to move so she can go to this game. All the security guards, all of her traveling people, maybe some of her like management, because she probably still has to do work in between. She's probably traveling 10, 15 people.
Think
every
how
time she goes.
exhausted you are, too.
Yeah.
4 sold-out shows. Everybody talks about how much she puts into her show from fucking Japan. I gotta
sorry.
go
And
to
then
Vegas.
And they hating on her because the NFL is using her.
Yes.
Not even she's using it.
Yeah.
The NFL, hate on the NFL.
Yeah.
Say fuck the NFL.
1000%.
yeah, but she can ask the NFL, yo, hey, don't cut to me that much.
Can she?
Yes. And they
And
would
you think they
listen
would
to
honor it?
They would listen to her.
I
You
don't think so.
I heard there's a rumor that she got Kanye kicked out the Super Bowl.
Did he get kicked out?
I mean, there's a rumor. I
There's
don't
a
know
rumor.
that he bought the seats right in front of Taylor, and Taylor was like, NFL, if
Here's the
if
thing.
he's there, I'm not
I have a history of hating on Taylor. We all know this. This is crazy the way she's getting hated on for this. Like, son, she's watching her boyfriend. And then early on, people were like,
Nobody
why
gets
she-
more hate, bro.
Yeah,
Nobody
why
gets more
she-
hate that's probably a good person. Like, there are people that get hate,
I could agree with that.
but yeah, like nobody gets more hate that's probably a good human being.
I don't even know about probably a good human.
But she definitely
I don't
likes
know.
the attention.
Yo, she's a star. They're all into, they like addicted
that's
to
what
the
I'm saying.
attention. They need it. But in order to be that much of a superstar, you probably have to be into, okay, so she gets it, but the reality is she's showing up for her man. All these people online complaining, your girlfriend don't even go to your fucking rec league games. They never once supported you. So what the fuck are you crying about her for? The fact that she's at every single
Do you
fucking
think she's
game.
flying to this game for NFL cameras to be on her as if she doesn't have enough attention?
Yo, she could go
like,
to
what do
any
you think is her
restaurant.
purpose?
No,
of,
no,
I'm not saying it's at
hating.
you.
Oh,
I'm saying it's at these people.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was at you, but you're defending them, so I'm just saying at them. Do you guys think Taylor Swift is flying from Japan to the Super Bowl
So
because
people
she's
can
like,
hate her?
I need more attention? She just sold 4 stadium shows in Japan. Tabloids talk about her
Yeah,
all
that's
the
a
time.
great point.
She's not like, hey, let me fly 20 hours overnight after 4 sold-out shows so I can get a little more camera
That's a
time.
great point. The argument that she's
You
doing it for
fucking
attention.
crazy, dude?
She's the most famous musician on the planet, one of the most famous human beings on
Fucking
planet
billionaire.
Earth. She doesn't need more attention. She needs less attention.
Yeah.
She sold out Allegiant twice. Travis only did
No,
once.
no, she sold out Allegiant. Oh, sorry. Allegiant is Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas.
In LA, it was 4 or 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Travis did it, and this is a Derek Poston a line when it comes to this. But like whenever we do an arena, Derek always goes, "Yo, you know what's crazy? It took 2 basketball teams to sell this out."
Yeah, that's fire.
So
fire.
she sold out Allegiant. It took 2 football teams, right, and the fucking Super Bowl to sell that.
And
shit.
I don't even think the Chargers sell out Allegiant. And if they do it, it's 8 times. She did it 5.
Yeah.
On her own. Do you think she's like, hey, let's fly cross-continent so I can get less than 60 seconds of airtime on the Super Bowl? If she wanted to do the halftime show, do you think they're going to be like, well, no, we got like a lineup for a few years set. Next year, she could say today, I want to do the halftime show. If she really wants attention, I want to do the halftime show, and the NFL would be fucking giddy.
Yeah.
But she should wait a couple of years because you don't want to follow
Usher, put that shit down.
I don't think you
Usher,
want to.
put that
I don't think
shit
anybody
down.
wants to follow Usher,
Yo,
bro.
yesterday I believed in racism. Yesterday,
Finally.
It took me watching Usher, going on Twitter.
Feminist? What a liberal fuck you're
Have a
about.
kid, son. Have a kid. It's gonna change your life.
It's amazing.
I go on Twitter. I go Usher. Period. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Period. King. Period. Or something like that. Immediate reactions are like, "You thought that was good? That shit sucked. That was one of the worst." I'm like, "Oh,
I thought I was crazy. I didn't say
racism
things.
exists.
Yeah.
Racism exists. The only way that you could not think that was great is if you're smart. No. No. I don't know if it's not racism, but the fact that there are people so ready to fucking hate.
Yeah, dude.
You decided to hate that
dude.
before Usher went up there.
They would have been
This
like,
is
yo,
how-
Morgan Wallen would have destroyed that shit.
And again, I don't know if it's racism, but there is something else. There's another cultural phenomenon happening here that they decided they were going to hate on that performance before he even did it.
I don't know what it is, but I understand why I feel such a pressure to be a perfectionist because we watched it and I was sitting there watching it and Usher's just killing it with the fucking roller skates, having an amazing time. He ends. I'm standing up in the living room like, yo, this guy's the fucking best. Look at the family group chat. My uncle just goes, horrible.
So it is racism. So no, it is. People don't like black people. It turns out people don't like black people. I mean, it is crazy. I bet they liked them when they were playing really good for the fucking Chiefs that day.
Oh, they were like, Reba McEntire was amazing at the Nats.
Son, that's the thing where I was like,
Racism is real, Al?
Yes,
You
man.
telling me racism is
Yes.
real?
Even
After all this time?
reverse racism is real too.
Talk to me.
Son.
Talk to me. Hold on.
It's gonna be controversial.
Talk about
Talk
Reba.
to me.
Talk
These
about
black
Reba.
girls hating on Taylor, bro. They hating on Taylor, bro. That shit is racist. That shit is racist.
Did we just find out? Did Taylor just convince us racism exists?
Yeah, bro. This is what MLK
Usher
wanted.
just convinced us racism
This is what
exists.
MLK wanted, bro. Black History
The
Month. Let's
Super Bowl
go.
really brought us together. They divided us at the same time. What a great sporting event. None of y'all soccer shit could do that. So what Usher did.
Unfucking believable.
Can I just say one thing about the Usher? The first thing I noticed. This is the first thing I picked up with Usher. Some people, and you are rightfully so, are nervous to perform on that stage. That is probably the biggest stage you can perform on in the world, right? When he was on that stage, the first time you saw him, and I wonder if you guys felt this too, I've never seen somebody that looks so confident, and not fake confident,
Yeah.
so confident to the point where he's like, you guys are gonna pour into me. I'm not gonna pour you guys. Hey, he even got to be approached to Mike and he even kind of like had a little smirk, not a fake, cocky, arrogant singer smirk. An actual, I've done this a million times.
Bruh.
I am the greatest at doing this, and you are all about to witness an absolutely amazing performance. He did that knowing he had to sing and dance. No
And
fucking
he
track.
sang.
He sang and danced.
Crazy.
Did you? Am I making this up, or did you guys also get that feeling too? Where
I felt like he was like, you guys think this is big for me. It's not.
Yeah, it felt like an open mic.
Yeah.
It felt like the energy when you see like a Chris Rock at the Cellar or something like that, where it's just like
Trying
hey,
shit out.
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun.
Yeah.
Like this is gonna be fun.
Does
for
he
us.
do the roller skates at the Vegas show?
Yeah.
He must,
There's
right?
part of me that
Yeah,
thinks that like
Okay.
they knew he was gonna get the Super Bowl early. And they were like, let's do the Vegas run so that your cardio's good.
He's
you know
having
the songs, you
Most
know.
amazing, probably year or 2 years. Like
I love seeing the
since
resurgence.
we were kids, resurgence.
Yeah.
This
I
is
love it.
crazy.
Because I forget often how much Usher dominated our childhood.
Yeah.
Like, My Way was a bonkers album, hit after hit. Then A701. Then Confessions was even crazier.
Yeah.
Like, this guy dominated our entire childhood. And to see him have this resurgence, I'm glad everybody's remembering and new people are finding
My
out.
wife was confused. She was like, why are they getting Usher? Do people like him? She literally said that. And I was like, oh, this is a generational
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, they
like,
don't know.
It was the drugs. She was still.
It had to be the
What about that push present? You're like, yeah, you're wrong twice.
I'm gonna get you Usher tickets. This is you can see greatness.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Be careful.
He goes through it.
yeah.
Shorty,
You're
be
right.
careful.
You're right. Now you're right.
That guy, like that level of confidence where he's just going up to everybody's woman and just like,
just go.
I could
Son,
take
Alicia
this.
Keys.
I could take it. Like that is a level of
crazy.
confidence where
That's
woo,
crazy.
that shit is crazy.
My wife saw the performance afterwards, and she was like, "That was the greatest halftime performance I've ever
Insane.
seen."
It built.
And she went in there going,
Who is this guy?
why is Usher doing it? Do people like his music like that? Like literally.
Yeah.
she starts singing some of the songs during, and at the end she goes, "That was the greatest halftime show I've ever seen."
Yeah, and it built. It just got better and better and better, which is crazy.
Like the one knock.
And there are
is just
people that hated on
I wish
it.
she sang more of the songs. Like
I wish she sang longer.
Yeah, that's the one knock.
And I thought she did great, truly. But Rihanna's halftime performance, I was like, yo, this feels kind of long. Usher, I was like, did they give him the proper time? They didn't feel long enough. But he got extra time.
He's got a lot of
but it
good
moves
songs.
so fast. You're like, what the fuck, dude? That
People
felt like 10
are
minutes.
gonna hate, bro. That's the reality. It's
incredible.
They-
Singing live the whole time, no fucking tracks. No,
Unbelievable, man.
You know how I knew?
Incredible.
You know how I knew he was singing live pretty quickly. Actually, his first few like dance moves, right?
Yeah.
I thought usually when they start the Super Bowl show, like especially if there's someone who can dance, the beginning dance number is like, "I'm gonna prove to you guys I got it." I'm gonna run out of energy, but in the beginning, it's gonna go crazy. And in the beginning, he was doing stuff, but it was kind of like,
Yeah, that's a good point.
it was a little subtle, and I was like, "Oh, this motherfucker's singing. Oh, he can't get out of breath because he got to sing 10 more songs."
Yeah.
The balls
Yeah.
to have that confidence in your voice.
Yeah. His confidence. This is a random story, but
Because he's the real, sorry to interrupt you, he's the real deal, bro.
Yeah.
Like, he can sing, he can dance. It's not manufactured to make it look that way. When he's on the biggest stage in the world, he knows that he could do it because he is that dude.
And he reminded us. I think he was like, I'm gonna remind you.
And some people ain't, they don't got like that, and their whole career is kind of manufactured. Then they go in the Super Bowl, and we got to actually see them fill that spotlight and fill that space, and they can't really do that shit.
Every element. The way he introduced Lil Jon in the fucking, just like crowd surfing or whatever.
Yeah.
Turn down for what?
Yeah.
Crazy. And that's not even an Usher. He just thought through every element of who he brings out, what they do. Unbelievable.
No, it's fire.
He did jack us a little bit, bro.
Talk to me.
You remember we did the fashion on the roller skates, and I went through your legs.
They be
bro.
dick riding, bro. I swear these motherfuckers be
Everything, like,
dick
you're
riding,
welcome,
bro.
Usher, you're welcome, all right?
Son.
We gave him that move. That made us set.
We really are the Tesseract, bro. We are the source. We are the source.
But you gotta
That's
find
all
his regimen
greatness.
though.
Yeah.
45 years old, still with the six-pack and the
Looks
V-lines.
incredible.
That's Natty or like, is that what it is?
We the
I don't know.
That
bro.
is natty.
We gotta look
best.
into that. We
That
gotta
is
look into
natty.
that. It's
That's
unbelievable.
Come on.
Yo, fuck black people. Now I get it, bro.
How can you
Now I get it. That motherfucker's 45, skin, flawless teeth, amazing body, great.
Voice hasn't changed.
Son.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And we've known it. He's had that voice since he's 15.
So he's been performing for what, 30 years of live performing. Just still hasn't lost an ounce. It's insane.
Son, Mahomes already got y'all. Take it away, y'all. White hype already. Like, we winning. We taking everything.
Son, they.
Come on
Well,
now.
Mahomes white
Yeah,
too.
Mahomes
though.
is white.
No,
Mahomes is white.
Son,
Nah, he's
Stop,
white.
he's white.
He's more white than black.
Until he won, y'all called him black.
Somebody.
That don't change the fact. Look, we used to be racist, but he's still white. He's still white.
Van had a tweet. Somebody.
All of a sudden, Drake Jewish, Obama's white. Like,
We did that with Italians. Italians weren't even white for years. Hundreds of years.
Hispanic
we got
slash
Hispanics
white.
about to be white. Hey, one day, bro, you're gonna be white. One day, we got
Nah,
you,
for
bro.
real. You keep working, bro. You got there.
Yo, Van had a tweet. Somebody said something about Patrick Mahomes.
Miles, over my dead What are you saying?
Van had a tweet. Somebody said Patrick Mahomes wasn't black. He's half white or something like that. And then Van goes, actual question. Is your dad blacker than Patrick Mahomes' dad? And I thought that was so funny. What a perfect way to put it. What a great response, dude.
No, Patrick Mahomes' dad is black.
Yeah.
He's black.
He's smoking the cigar and the
black,
fucking logo.
Yeah, there's a story. It's random, but a story we laughed at for years with Usher back in the day. Do you remember Confessions again? He's having this crazy run. He's doing the VMAs. Diddy's doing something, presenting some award. Diddy. We all know how afraid of everyone Diddy is now. Diddy's got some vote or die shirt on. It's like 2004 or whatever. Usher gets up to the podium and he goes, yeah, that's right, y'all. Vote or die. Vote or die. And then Diddy's kind of hanging around. And then Usher puts his hand on his shoulder, doesn't even look at him. He goes, that's it. And then just goes, I swear, he goes, that's it. Vote or die, y'all. That's real talk. Vote or die. That's it. This guy's swag has been on a trillion for decades. Yeah. It's insane. To Diddy. Think how afraid portrayed everyone as a Diddy, and he gives them that's it.
Yeah.
Also, because he could possibly expose him. Because there was a couple sleepovers
true.
early on in his career that was a little weird.
Yeah, maybe that's just what he meant. That's it. Never again.
I know. Fighting over cornflakes and shit. You saw that?
No, what was it?
It was Diddy was
Fighting over cornflakes. What's Diddy's thing with food? Go to Brooklyn and get me a cheesecake. What is?
It was Diddy, Usher, and I think Kevin Hart. Diddy's just talking about, oh yeah, you know, I had Usher in my crib early. You know, there was times we would be in the bed wrestling, fighting over cornflakes. And then Kevin Hart's like, what the fuck did you just say? And he wouldn't let it die. So Diddy comes over to him and puts him in like a headlock, and you could tell he like really put some pressure on it to like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like, it's so.
What is this? What was this?
This is old. This is like Kevin
Diddy
Hart.
done, huh? Diddy out of here. It's over for Diddy.
Son,
Yo,
that shit is hilarious. You see him like apply a little pressure. Shut the fuck up.
I mean, I believe it.
Like you
So
fresh
what?
off a goddamn plane. I should.
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, I mean, damn, pause, but like, just I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And
Yo, what the fuck did Puff just say?
Damn, I wish they showed the end of it. Because you see how Diddy just like, yo, don't be making fun of me. Like, oh, man.
Oh, God, what a legend Kevin is, dude.
That's fire.
Oh, it's great.
That's fire. You see Biden lean into the Super Bowl conspiracy shit?
Yeah, I saw that. What'd you think? He don't know what he's doing. That's just the Twitter
yeah,
account.
his
But
team.
I like that they've done that.
It seems like every candidate is genuinely concerned about Taylor's endorsement.
Yeah, I think she can swing the
They
election.
are genuinely concerned. That's how much power she has as an individual.
Oh, because Trump was begging for it.
Trump's
Yeah.
beefing with her now.
Yeah.
No, they're beefing. I thought he came out begging.
Yeah,
That's a
he's
bad
begging
move.
for it,
But like,
he's taking shots at it.
taking he took
Travis,
shots at her.
No,
too, I feel
he
like.
didn't even. That's not a Trump shot. That's
Yeah.
a Trump compliment. So he goes, you got the quote? He
Yeah, I'll find
basically was like, said something about Taylor or whatever like that, and then he goes, and I really like her boyfriend Travis, even though he probably hates me because he's a liberal.
Oh, yeah.
But he's saying I really like.
Yeah.
He's begging for that vote. He's begging for that endorsement. There's no way she endorses either one.
Well, in the past, she
has kind of leaned left.
she endorsed Biden in 2020, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Swifty.
And like, I think they're genuinely concerned about it. I was reading some shit kind of like it seems like conservative pundits are trying to like smear Taylor and basically be like, look, the NFL is rigged. This whole thing is a
Oh,
setup.
that's what that is.
That was a part of the conspiracy. Like, look, this is what a lot of people were saying. Again, I don't know if it's true or if this is like left disinformation. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But apparently it was like, yeah, we don't want them to win because Taylor's going to get on the mic or she's going to tweet after the Super Bowl with Travis. She's going to endorse Biden publicly. And that's what the whole NFL wants. That's what the liberal establishment wants. And it's like,
So they're trying to make her radioactive.
and try to like smear her, try to like intimidate her and get her to shut up because they don't want her to be endorsing
They better be relaxed.
endorsing Biden.
Don't go against Taylor, yo.
She got-
Like, don't go against Taylor right now.
But that
She
does
got-
make sense because I'm seeing all these right-wing Twitter accounts hate Taylor now, and I'm like, shouldn't that be y'all's queen? Like, can you imagine a bunch of like black whatever going at Beyonce?
Yeah,
it would just never happen. And Taylor she's white Beyonce, so it's like seeing y'all go at her don't make no sense to me. But it makes sense. You
I
think she might
Beyonce
vote
is
left.
Black Taylor, but yeah, we don't have to. We don't have to split hairs.
Split hairs, yeah.
Black History Month.
We don't have to
Black
split.
History Month.
We don't have to split.
Maybe next year. Next month. it might
Yeah, you don't have to split good hairs about this. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I think that makes sense why they would suddenly start hating her because it made no sense.
Yeah.
They better chill out.
I think they're all trying to get the endorsement, which is crazy. That she's in a position where she is influencing global
I
politics.
saw a thing that said like 10% of people said their vote would be swayed by Taylor.
She got 35,000 people to register last fall to become a voter with one Instagram story, I think. Oh, shit. So,
Yeah.
I mean, a real post might do 10 times.
And if you're talking about an election as close as the last one, it's like,
35K. Like, that's a lot of people.
yeah, dude.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to take a break real quick because some of you have a bad habit that we cannot name because of YouTube rules and restrictions, and I don't want to get this episode pulled, but you have a bad habit that you need to break. It can give you lung cancer, emphysema, heart disease, God knows what else, but Quitting that bad habit cold turkey is hard. So here is your solution. Fume. It's not about giving up, it's about switching up. Fume, instead of just quitting that habit, takes it, replaces it with something that is healthier, better, a whole lot more enjoyable. It's an award-winning flavored air device, okay? So instead of vapor, it uses flavored air. Instead of electronics, it's completely natural. Look, I'm sober like October, baby. That was pretty stupid. Didn't make any sense, but I said it. Either way, watch this. You know why? Because there's no harmful chemicals in there. It's all natural. So you get what I'm saying? Instead of a bad habit, fume is good. It's a habit you're free to enjoy and makes replacing that bad habit easy. Also comes with an adjustable airflow dial, and this I love. It's designed with movable parts. You hear a little clicking? It just makes you feel a little less anxious. Give your fingers something to do. Very helpful for de-stressing. Great taste, guys. Great feel. This is a quality product right here. So start the year off right with the good habit. Not the bad one. By going to tryfume.com/flagrant and getting the Journey Pack today. Again, that is tryfum.com/flagrant and get the Journey Pack. And more importantly, Fume is giving listeners of Flagrant 10% off when they use the code FLAGRANT to help make starting the good habit that much easier. Now let's get back to the show. Also, guys, we got to take a break to tell you this episode is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan. America's largest injury law firm. They've been fighting for the people for over 35 years. They got a crazy track record. You know, they have recovered over $20 billion for their clients and helped over 500,000 families. That's fucking crazy. Here's the really crazy part. Not only does Morgan & Morgan have their clients' back, they have your back too, regardless of whether or not you use them. In collaboration with us over here at Flagrant, they're giving one lucky fan $2,000. That's enough, should be, but $2,000 and 2 tickets to catch the one and only Andrew Schulz, my brother, new father, to perform on the Life Tour. I wonder what that's about. Fantastic show in Los Angeles this coming March. Again, you heard that correctly. $2,000 cold hard cash, 2 tickets to catch Andrew live in action March 30th at the Kia fucking Forum in Los Angeles. My boy's selling out arenas is fire. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. $2,000 plus 2 free tickets. Entering to win is easy. All you got to do is text FLAGRANT to 4 the people. That's the number 4, then THEPEOPLE. For clarity, that is 484-373-6753. And just follow the prompt. For your chance to win $2,000 and 2 tickets to Andrew's show, just text FLAGRANT to 4 the people. Again, that's 484-373-6753. Now let's get back to the show.
Did y'all see Putin out there begging?
I tried.
Y'all see Putin begging?
Fucking boring, dude. Let me tell you a 30-second history lesson 8 minutes later. We still doing this?
45 minutes.
Did you guys watch the whole thing? I watched the whole thing.
I didn't watch it.
I could not make it the whole thing.
Listen, he's obviously a shrewd operator and like a masterful at controlling an interview.
Yeah.
And there's really no way to kind of shake him. I thought Tucker asked him some good questions.
And I thought he did a good job trying to steer it.
And he really did.
How is this relevant? And Putin was like, you're going to see it.
You're going to see it.
Give me
Just-
30 minutes.
Exactly.
Anyway, Genghis Khan.
But also he would Putin would take shots too. It wasn't like he was ignoring. He would kind of clip him a couple times.
Yeah, he sent some brushback pitches.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, who did the coup d'etat? Like the CIA. Isn't that the 3-letter agency you tried to work for?
He goes, it's a good thing they didn't accept you.
I was like, damn.
Wow. Yo, it was like
shit in a different language.
He was prepped.
A translator had to tell him, yo, you just got roasted.
Yeah.
Just got crushed.
Son, he said it, stared at his face, and then it came in zip-zappy language.
That's bold.
Wow.
He was also telling jokes too, which I thought was kind of funny.
Son, there was a couple moments. Now, here's the thing, though. Underneath it all, there was some desperation.
I felt
That's what I picked up
Yeah.
on. Why would you do this?
Yes.
He's bragging about we have hypersonic technology better than everybody else, and we have the #1 economy in Europe, and da. If everything's going so great in your country and geopolitically for you, and the relationships that you've built are just flourishing, you don't do an interview with a incredibly popular American journalist that you know is going to be put on over here. You're doing this, I presume, because you're trying to influence the American public to put Trump back in the election because you think Trump will stop the war. And I mean, Uyeda said something interesting. He goes, listen, the war between Russia and Ukraine is in triple overtime. And Russia's supposed to be a superpower, and Ukraine is basically just getting weapons from us.
This should have been mercy ruled.
Exactly. So it's like, why is this in triple overtime?
Yeah.
So I think Putin, if you notice, like he said he hasn't spoken to Biden in a couple of years. It could be that the Americans are just not communicating. He's like, yes, our organizations talk to one another. Okay, maybe they do, maybe they don't. But it seemed to me as more of a desperate move.
Yeah.
You want to influence the election. You hope that Trump wins, but if he doesn't, you want to leave that conversation open to potentially ending this conflict. Because he kept saying, we had an agreement. We wanted to stop.
Yeah, we want
We're
peace.
being reasonable people. We want peace. And then he brought up a couple things that I thought were like kind of goofy that he like undermined his whole argument with.
Like what?
Using I mean, Canada's just a bunch of fucking retards for bringing the Ukrainian Nazi in there. But he used it as if it was done on purpose because the guy was a Nazi.
Right.
Yeah.
Like as if he was brought there for his Nazi behavior.
Yeah.
I think it was a miscalculation by a bunch of dumb idiots in office in Canada.
Yeah.
Where they should have looked at the most basic thing, which is like, what side was fighting against Russia during World War II?
Yeah.
Clearly Germany, right? Absolute retards. And the guy is getting up there. The fucking Ukrainian Nazi guy was up there going, thank you, finally, you see what I've been waiting for this moment.
No, we got George Santos, so
We have our line.
yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, but to me, it just had this like,
There's a wise philosopher once said, if you're explaining, you're losing.
yeah,
His
Tom
name
Brady.
is Tom Brady.
Shout out to Tom Brady. For real, and he did a lot of explaining.
He's
He's
like
like,
number 2 of all time.
Yeah.
so he goes, this is why Ukraine should actually be, these are Russian people, and there's a Russian soul. There's all this explaining. He's going through the history and all this stuff. It's like, listen, the history of America is that we were part of England. Does that mean that, like, that's his argument, is like, these are ethnically the same people. Yeah, who gives a fuck if you're ethnically the same?
Right,
you go out to the Balkans, outside of the Albanians, they're ethnically all the same people. Does that mean that they should all be the same country? No, they've been fighting to be separate countries for the last few hundred years. So
Can Mexico annex like southern Texas or some shit because Mexicans live there?
they're these, he's very educated, and when people are speaking about things that we don't know, we have a tendency to believe them because we can't exactly refute.
Yeah.
Right? I can't refute Russian history. I don't really know enough about it. Right? Frankly, I don't. But it did seem that he really desired something. And if things are going so well, your desires from foreign nations are not as high as they are if you're doing a Tucker Carlson interview.
No, he's stepping into an information war. Like, he's attempting to like control his narrative and the narrative of his country to try to like sway public opinion, specifically in America. So like, and he historically hasn't really done that in the West because he didn't really need to. I mean, obviously, if you don't include like, like political interference through like ads and shit through like the elections and stuff. But like to have a public information war is like very out of character. So I agree with you. I think it is kind of
it reeks of
symptomatic of like, we kind of just need to. We need to get some support a little bit. And he's like a strong enough leader that I think he knows like, we can kind of like pull some people.
And Americans are falling for it.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen a lot of people go like, this is what a strong leader looks like, and they're trying to justify his positions. And he is elegant in his approach to things. There's a strength, but also an elegance. I'm not going to be one of these guys who goes, look at this fucking idiot. He's not a baboon at all. This guy's managed to maintain control of a country of over 150 million people for decades. That's fucking hard. With staggering support amongst the population. People love him there. It's not like he's this like hated leader. There are detractors for sure, but I think the majority of the population is very happy with Putin. From things that I've read.
Legitimately happy, or
again, we don't know. But from what I understand, but it just feels like he's praying that Trump gets in there because he wants an end to this. Now, here's the thing that's interesting: when they say we're giving aid to Ukraine, I didn't realize what it really meant. We're not giving them any money. Did you guys know that?
Well, they were giving them weapons, right?
We're giving us money.
What do you mean?
So Congress agrees on the aid package. Let's call it $5 billion or $10 billion. That $10 billion is not deployed to Ukraine. It's deployed to Raytheon. It's deployed to Boston Dynamics or whatever. It's deployed to Boeing. It's deployed to what we would commonly call like the military industrial complex in America. So the money isn't going there. It's going to American companies that hire Americans, that are employing Americans. Like, continues to filter in our economy, not their economy.
And one thing we always read is war is good for the American economy.
So I wonder if there's an argument to be made, and maybe they would never, as Vivek would put it, the managerial class would never come out and say it, but I wonder if they would say like, hey, the managerial class, I wonder if their conversations are basically going, well, these Americans shut the fuck up. This is why we're coming out of COVID better than anybody else. We basically manufactured a war to keep the economy pumping, because when these the weapons companies are building stuff, they still need steel from wherever the steel plants are buying from. We need things shipped. We need screws. We need paper. We need
employees to build it all.
Yeah, we need secretaries to push the paper. We need everything. These are massive companies. Now, I'm not saying that we should go to war for this reason, but I think that the way that it's being positioned by a lot of people is very simple.
It's a drain on our economy.
Yeah, here's the money in America. Instead of helping out Americans, we just give it to the Ukrainians, and now they buy soup with it.
It's like an organic stimulus check.
That would, and then, so the criticism would be like, well, it's just helping these wealthy companies. Those wealthy companies have people, they buy pools, right? They buy houses, they rent
which you can
apartments,
argue with, but then you're just arguing the economic policy of like trickle down or
exactly.
whatever. Which is fine, you can argue that if you want to, you might be right, but it isn't money that's hemorrhaging from the U.S. economy and going to Ukraine.
Are you sure we're not just giving them direct money as well? I thought it's both.
I imagine that like there's a certain amount of it that needs to go there to utilize these weapons. Maybe there's getting the weapons over there is another thing. But still, like, we're probably not hiring Ukrainian companies to bring the weapons over there.
Right. Or even like food support and rations and shit for troops, like all that stuff.
And, okay, so maybe there's some food and that kind of stuff, but where is the food made?
Exactly. No, to your point, like it might not only be weapons, but
it's like a stimulus, like you were saying, I think, for the American economy. I'm not saying we should do it, and I'm not saying we should be involved in these foreign wars. I would prefer that. Listen, I would love there to be some sort of agreement that stopped it completely. That being said, the way that it's being positioned by people who are opposed to it is as if the money is just leaving America and going there. And it is being funneled through American companies. It still could look like, what is it called? Like a money something scheme.
Pyramid scheme?
Yeah, it's almost, I don't know if it's a Ponzi scheme or a pyramid scheme, but it's one of those situations where it's basically like they're laundering money. They're using Ukraine to launder money to themselves. But that would be the case if real weapons weren't going there. But real weapons are going there. And it takes real humans to make those real weapons. And it takes real materials to make the real weapons, right? Like,
I guess I might be pro-war Ukraine.
No, I don't know. Again, I don't know. This is one of those things where we should talk to like a Vivek. You talk to like a Robert Kennedy Jr. So what do we got here?
So you got 4% is going to be, I mean, out of 75 billion, 4% is like humanitarian, emergency food, refugee support, et cetera. Financial, this is, economic support, funds, loans, and then
so
security.
So that is a big, can we go up? That is a big percentage. 35% is economic support, but it's economic support funds, loans, and other financial support. If it's a loan, you're going to owe me that money with interest.
Well, here's the thing about that, which is very interesting. I saw this clip. I think it was RFK talking about it, but he'd be really good to talk about this thing. So, in order to support Ukraine in this war, what I think Ukraine had to do is relinquish their rights to their natural resources. One of those resources being all these grain fields. I think they call Ukraine like the breadbasket of Europe. I think they provide more grain to the world than any other country, and they're the greatest grain producer in all of Europe. So they provide food, and that's a really valuable fucking thing. If you have 8 billion people on the planet, there's a lot of mouths to feed. You need places that can grow a lot of food, and Ukraine is one of them. So they would have to relinquish, I think they've already relinquished 30% of the rights to that, and I think they would have to relinquish all of it because we're going to have to go, I think BlackRock has to go rebuild. I think they were given the right to rebuild Ukraine once the war is over, right? Now,
I like giving the right. It wasn't a responsibility.
It's the opportunity.
Yeah.
Right? And how are they going to pay for that? They're going to pay for that by giving up the rights to their grain, giving up the rights
if they can't pay for it, which we know they
can't pay for it, because how would they fucking pay for it? So that's the other thing. It's like, in the most evil way of looking at this, do we push them into a war we know that they cannot win without our support, hinder them with tons of debt, and then the only way that they can get out of this debt is to relinquish the only natural resources that they have that would present them of any economic viability in the future. Yeah. And now we own the bread, BlackRock or whatever it is, owns the breadbasket of Europe. and
Well, what's the
controls
alternative?
food supply. The alternative is you give up those lands to Russia before.
Exactly. So basically, Ukraine's like, okay, do we give it up to America or do we give it up to Russia?
I mean,
And do we maintain sovereignty and?
And then hope this gets forgiven at some point. We can get the rights back.
yeah, no, I'm not saying that they necessarily made the worst decision, but like it is. I think Americans are kind of uninformed. Myself, I know 2% of what's really going on over here. But even with what I learned recently, I'm like, oh, okay, so the money isn't really going over there. There are people potentially benefiting from here. Maybe too many wealthy companies are benefiting than average Americans, but those companies need to be serviced by average Americans. So maybe it's beneficial to us. Who knows? That's the trickle-down thing you're saying. And then also long-term, like, is America getting all them resources?
I mean, it seems like BlackRock is getting a lot of them, which is, not the best, but it's not draining from America.
Well, there's a lot of politicians making money on it too.
I'm sure.
Like you're seeing,
BlackRock won the rights
Go,
somehow.
go.
No, just politicians that are like buying stock in like Lockheed or Raytheon or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, this
like,
is
days before then the contracts go through.
Speak on this. This is actually.
I mean, there's just like a bunch of like known politicians, like and congressmen, that are basically just like, as like days before it's announced that these things are going through, where like they're getting these billion-dollar contracts through these military industrial companies, they're buying huge, amounts of their stock portfolio into these things.
So there's like, and this is basically, I'm working on a piece for this. We'll put it out one of these days. But like how politicians get rich, and like one of the ways that they get rich is that they essentially do insider trading. They're privy to, they're on these different committees, so they're privy to information about like government deals that are going to go through, and oftentimes those government deals are using private entities, right? So if you know that a massive deal is going to go through, if the government is going to commit to deploy $100 million towards Microsoft or something like that, well, you can buy Microsoft the day before.
Yeah.
And now you get all those gains. And that's how a Nancy Pelosi can or her husband can beat the stock market. So a lot of them know that we're going to be putting these big aid packages together, and they're going to put some money in that defense sector for sure. And it doesn't just happen like that. It happens with, if you're going to put fucking speeding cameras on every single light post in America, there might be one company that the federal government gives the right to do it. Well, guess who's heavily invested in that company? The senator that is the one pushing that bill through.
Yeah.
And the tricky thing about it is like it's so blatantly obvious how these politicians make money, and it's kind of fucked up because when we do it as like Samaritans, we go to jail for it. Martha Stewart is in jail for less than Nancy Pelosi has done, 100% guaranteed. So it is fucked up in that regard. But here's the thing, like, and this is going to sound unethical as hell, don't get me wrong. And I think that we're in the worst case scenario, but like, if we don't let politicians leverage their power to make money, will we ever get the smartest people to be in those positions of power? Now, we're in the worst case scenario where we have idiots that are making the money.
Yeah.
But you want the brilliant people to be in those positions of power. And the way you incentivize most people is by money. It's like our smart people now are fucking working at hedge funds instead of, making, I don't know, rockets or they're definitely not making like policy.
Yeah, but they have the ability now to make money, and we still don't have the smartest people. So we might as well take away that advantage.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, or somehow compensate them more to where they're making decisions based off of what's in the best interest of the people and their constituency, not for themselves.
If you have the ability to make money, you're going to do it. And so now it's like, I'm going to, instead of doing what's best for the people, I'm going to try to push this thing that's going to help me the most.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah, it's like, dude, it's so, all this stuff is like, I feel like especially when it's around election time, the truth to all these issues is way more like boring than the headlines will make it seem. Yeah. And like I was even looking up this like immigration thing, because never in my life has immigration been an issue in New York, like illegal immigration. Have you seen a lot of this like popping up in headlines?
Yeah, the migrant workers beat up the cop or whatever.
Yeah, but like this was like in your life, do you remember this ever being a
There was one time, I forgot what started, but you remember when MS-13,
in Long Island. Yeah,
that
you're
was
right.
becoming an issue, and then like
You're
there
right.
were motherfuckers like just knocking down doors and ICE, sorry, and they just going
ISIS. That's sketchy, bro.
Ice.
But
Yeah.
they
No,
would
you're
just-
right.
I was hearing stories where they would just go to people's houses, take everybody out, ship them
And
back.
that was more of like a gang thing that was indicative of, I guess, immigrants coming from a place. But it was started as like a gang problem.
Yeah.
And now it's like this, there's an immigration issue where they're like overwhelming our systems for people in New York. And I'm like, what is going on? Why are there so many?
The southern states that usually had to deal with the majority of that, they're like, yo, fuck this. I'm gonna put them on a plane, I'm gonna put them on a bus, and I'm just sending them to...
I looked that up. They did send some, but it's not to the point, which is an issue for sure, but it's not to the point where it would overwhelm our system in the way it has been overwhelmed. And I looked into it. And this is why America's a really interesting country. I didn't realize this. We are like an asylum-seeking country, meaning like if you're going through some sort of political issue in your country or any sort of issue that's putting your life on the line, you can seek asylum in America and we'll take you in.
Yeah,
we have an
like
open door policy.
Sanctuary laws and stuff like that where it's like we have to provide
You can even sneak in.
Yeah.
Like there are people sneaking into America, idiots. Walk in and say, hey, I'm seeking asylum, and then they'll look into your case, and that could take like up to a year, 2 years. And then in the meantime, you can't legally work. It takes about 6 months to get a visa, but they basically be like, all right, well, when we get up to your case, you'll be good. So you can kind of kick it. So then never go back and see your case. You either live illegally by sneaking in or live illegally by coming in.
By asylum.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, to me, it's just a no-brainer. Anyway. Yeah, sorry. New York.
But they have this, the reason why they have to sneak in is because it's hard to get on a flight if you don't have the correct paperwork.
I'm saying walk across the border.
This is happening a
But
lot.
that's sneaking.
No, there's,
you go through like
you
the
can
border
go to border
channels
ports.
in TJ.
Yeah, you just walk straight across. There's plenty of them. And then a lot of people do it in this way. And again, I didn't know that either. Because every like Mexican dude that I worked with had told me their story of like crossing the border when I work in restaurants. It's like these amazing, amazing, like that should be the podcast, but they don't speak English. But like their stories are unbelievable. I met a dude who crossed, nobody was there to pick him up, walked back.
Holy fuck.
Because he's like, I don't know anybody here. I don't have a cell phone. I was supposed to meet a family member. I don't know where I am. The only thing I do know is that Mexico's right there.
Yeah.
And that's the only place I feel safe. Like, think
It's
about
wild.
it.
I talked to a guy on my pod that was working with a cartel to like smuggle people through the border checkpoints.
Coyotes, yeah.
But he was going through the checkpoint. So like, so the actual place, like he lived in TJ, but went to school in America. So every morning at 6 a.m, he would cross the border, go to school, and then go back.
Wow.
It's like that was his life.
That's nuts.
It is insane. And then he started getting in with the cartel and like sneaking people through the checkpoints with the border patrol. They would look at like fake documents and be like, all right, go.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I mean, it's just these incredible stories. My boy did it. He did it just with a family. His family gave him to another family, and he's a Nicaraguan kid, Edmundo, and he has blue eyes or green eyes, so they just gave him to a white family. And the white family just brought him across. And they just had to hope he didn't cry. Wow. Like, this is fucking insane shit, right? Like, every one of these stories.
Over the border, bro.
Yeah, exactly. You're not worried about it.
We got border pressure.
Anyway, New York, the only big city in the country that has a right to shelter policy.
Yeah.
This is very important. This policy was developed for our homeless. This is a liberal city. We want to make sure that everybody's taken care of. It's got more money than any city in the world. We can't have homeless people on the streets that don't have a place to live. Also, homelessness is not a permanent thing in a lot of ways. I think we see homeless as like our local homeless guy. He's always homeless. People cycle in and out of homelessness. So basically what happens is that there is this system that we have that have shelters all around the city, and then people have that right. If they're from this, we deploy money and we make sure that they have a right to shelter. If you are here and you're homeless, we will get you a place to stay. That is a New York policy, the only big city in the country that has it. There are people that are seeking asylum, or there are people who are coming here illegally that are taking advantage of that right to shelter policy. It's not for illegal immigrants. It's for New Yorkers and people who live here that are going through tough times and they become homeless. So basically, like what happens is when they have like a free fucking heroin district in San Francisco or Vancouver or one of these super liberal cities, that like their way of making sure nobody spreads AIDS is by giving you the heroin or giving you the needles. If you're a junkie, you go, oh, they're giving free shit? Yeah. Let's do it. Instead of struggling on the border here in Texas, let's try to find a way to get up to New York. They're gonna put us up in the Roosevelt Hotel right across from Madison Square Garden for a few months. We're living good. So they're basically taking advantage of a policy that wasn't for them, and now they're incentivized to come here. And then when you add the politicians into it, they're all like, Mayor Adams is a shrewd politician. He's using it to get more funds from the federal government and from his state government. He's like, look what's happening, what's going on over here. I can't have a new recruiting class for the police. The library's got to close. All these things have got to close. He gets more money. He's like, yeah, I guess we don't need to close those things. But that's what politicians are supposed to do.
Politicians.
And then on the border, they're trying to pass a bill, and there's issue, with their ability to pass this bill. But one of the crazy things that's happening on the border is the Republicans, you could make the argument, do not want a bill to get passed because they want Trump to be able to use the border as an issue for the election.
Well, they did want it. They asked for it. They put up a fight against another bill. They got what they wanted, and then Trump said, "Go against what you wanted."
But for that same reason.
Right.
Yeah. So now there's some gray area here as well, because both sides have different philosophies about how you stop this issue. I think the Democrats are a little bit more like, why don't we make it, one, easier to just shut down the border, like stop people from even seeking asylum, like Biden wants that apparently. I think Biden's also like kicked out way more people than Trump and ever did, percentage-wise, but way more people are coming over.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
So there's a lot of like weird stuff. Basically, there's a lot of gray, but the headlines seem
crazy, black and white. Yeah.
Exactly. But philosophically, there's different issues on the border. Like the Dems are a little bit more like, hey, why don't we get them their ability to work quicker? So at least if they're here, they're not working illegally, they're working legally. And of course, conservatives go, well, now you're having all these extra people here that could be potentially be taking jobs. You're not looking out for Americans who are looking for jobs. And both of them are right about that. Yeah. Those are two fair sides.
To your old joke, though, I don't think they're taking jobs that they're not like stealing jobs that we're like really wanting.
That's the argument that a lot of people make up, and then there's part of me that like hesitates to support it, because I don't know the situation of some dude that like doesn't have an education and maybe that's the only thing he can do. Like
yeah,
American
I guess
guy,
I'm just basing it, and maybe it was stimulus related, but like, do you remember after COVID ended, restaurants were still staying closed because they were just like, we don't have staff.
Yeah.
A Mexican would be staff.
Yeah.
An illegal will be staff. You will not be understaffed if there's enough illegal Mexicans in particular. I promise they'll work.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever met an unemployed Mexican in my life, now that I think about it.
Got 4 jobs.
Yeah. Met a lot of unemployed, everything else.
They want people to come steal their jobs. They're like, I have too many jobs. I got 7.
I'll donate you 2 jobs if you want them.
Bro.
Yeah. So wait, why do the Dems care now though about this issue? It seems like only in the past like
Which
couple
one,
months.
the border?
Yeah, the border specifically. Obviously, conservatives have been on the border thing forever.
Well, the argument that like an Elon Musk has put out, because he basically was like, it's it's Biden, the Democrats' goal is to keep the borders as open as possible so that those people can then become Democrats and they'll maintain a majority. And while there's some logic to support what he's saying, it's kind of a manipulative take, I think, because like, one, it takes a while to get citizenship to vote. Yeah. So it's not like they come over and it's like, oh, here, you can vote in the election. Yeah. So maybe their kids would vote, or maybe they do, but that's not in this election. It's going to take a year to see all their cases. Yeah. But and even once you get your asylum, doesn't mean you get citizenship to vote. Like, so it's not exactly
6 years to get citizenship. Like,
yeah. So like, I don't think it's a fair argument, but
his mom's been here for 30 years.
But that was on her.
Citizenship.
That was on her. But like, it's like, yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like the so you're saying why the Dems upset at it?
Yeah, like only now, is it just because it's affecting liberal cities that they care? Or
By care you mean like Mayor Adams.
Yeah, I've just seen
Mayor Adams is not a Democrat. He was the chief of police.
Right.
He's what we call a New York Democrat.
I feel like I've just seen it more in the forefront of like Democrat politicians talking about it now, whereas before I felt like it was just ignored.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if it's just because it's affecting New York, or like if there's something that's happening. Is there like an inflection point where like border politics are changing, where things are getting more aggressive at the border? I don't know.
I mean, this is a total like coastal elite thing, which is like, not in my backyard or whatever like that.
NIMBYism.
Like, the NIMBY shit was completely like, now that illegal immigrants are potentially interrupting affairs here in New York, all of a sudden New Yorkers are like, we got to do something about the border. Where before it was like, oh, be kind to what are you, a racist? Why do you not want these people in? So I think there is some of that, for sure.
And then you see headlines where it's like, oh, Eric Adams is going to give every migrant like a credit card for, what was it, like
I think the
10,000 or
total
some shit like that.
53 million total was going to be given to them.
And then everybody poor here in the state is like, the fuck, give us money. Like,
That's valid.
So it's like it's very.
There's another one of those stimulus things where it's like remember to keep the economy going, they gave the stimulus.
Yeah.
Like giving the illegal immigrants here money to spend here, right? Like if they give them a card, maybe this is why they do it. They're fucking smart. If they give them a card, they can't take the money and send it back to where they're from. They have to spend it here. If they work jobs that they make cash, they could essentially take the money out of the New York economy and often do it and then send it back home. The whole purpose of being here. Yeah. So maybe it's a way of maintaining the liquidity in the city where the asylum seekers are. Maybe, I don't know. We need like a guy who's way smarter about like economics and like, you know, fiscal policy to figure that shit out. But it seems to me like a lot of these things are boiling down to the same issue. Hey, we need some money to be spent. All right, let's get, let's create aid packages that aren't really going to the average person. Like, it was quick to give us all money when the economy needed a little boost.
That's very interesting. So do you think this affects the election directly? Like, do you think it gets resolved by election time? Or
no, I think it will be a talking point. Yeah. I think they always do the same. It's always immigration, abortion will pop up. Like,
abortion is really the last thing Democrats have to stand on in terms of public perception, I think.
What do you mean?
I think the reason they did much better than everyone thought in the midterms was the constitutional ruling about abortion. I think a lot of people were more motivated to vote because they were like, oh, we need to codify Roe versus Wade or whatever. This is fucked up. Well, how do we let this happen? We got to go vote. That's really the only PR thing the Democrats have to hang on to is they took away your right to have an abortion, your right to choose, blah, blah, blah. They damn near need another abortion ruling if they want to do well at 2024.
But the economy is kind of heading back in a good path. Like inflation is still high, but at least the economy, like job numbers are better. So it's like Trump is seeing this. He's like, yo, he can't have wins.
Yeah.
He can't have wins coming close to the election. So it's
that's the thing that conservatives probably don't want to admit, and everybody who with a brain doesn't want to admit, which is like, country's doing pretty good under Biden, right? Like it is doing pretty good under at least the economy. Like, and I understand.
Shout out to the managerial class.
I was talking to someone about this. About this yesterday. It's like we have this criticism for the managerial class, right? Like, and we have this criticism for the military-industrial complex, et cetera. But the discussion was like, what was the metaphor that he used? It was like, are we like we're the best economy in the world. We're the strongest economy in the world. Like you see what's happening right now with China. Like their stock market is really struggling. Like they might have to do a stimulus package to buy in. Apparently, it's like they really cracked down on the tech billionaires. Like they basically didn't let the Elon Musks and the Mark Zuckerbergs and the Jeff Bezos just run free like America did. You know, like let the billionaires play. They took Jack Ma and they put him in a basement and they said, you're going to be making fucking dumplings if you don't get your act together. And then people got a little skittish about investing into tech sectors. I guess, so they lost a little bit of that. This is what Ben is telling me, right? And he's Japanese, so I believe him. And but like, and whereas America's like, we've come out of COVID, it's really well, like way better than most countries. Like we've gotten that inflation that was running the fuck away to a point where I feel like it's not to say there aren't people suffering. It's not to say that but comparative suffering. Like, are eggs cheaper here than they are in Canada? Yes. Are groceries cheaper here than they were in England or Norway? Yes. So you can't go, is it as good as it was before because there was a catastrophic event that happened? You have to compare what's going on to what other people or other countries are doing. And if we're doing better, do we fucking pat on the back the managerial class? Like, do we pat Janet Yellen or whoever that woman is who runs the money and be like, yo, keep running the money good? Like, are we bitching about, I think the metaphor he uses like playing time? Like we're on the championship team, but we're like, yo, I need more minutes, coach.
All right, guys, you see the blue lights. You know what that means. It means this is your daily reminder that your dick game sucks. And You know, I don't mean sucks in a good way with dicks. I mean, your shit is trash, probably. At least mine is. And if yours is, we could be friends on that. But you know what we could also do? Improve the dick game, get a little better. Even if your dick game is good and you probably think it is and it's probably not, it could be better. That's why you need Blue Chew. It's got the same active ingredients as all those other drugs, but it works faster. It's the chew, baby. It's the Blue Chew. We all love it. And what's more important, if you go to bluechew.com and use the promo code FLAGRANT, you can get your first shipment for free. First month supply for free. You just got to pay $5 for shipping. Again, that is bluechew.com, promo code FLAGRANT to receive your first month for free. That's bluechew.com, promo code FLAGRANT. Go to bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. Obviously, we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast. Again, we've all used it. We've all loved it. It's fantastic. Guys, improve your sex life. Why would you not do this? Let's get back to the show. All right, guys, we're gonna take a break real quick because I need to tell you your bank sucks. How do I know this? Because pretty much all banks suck, so I'm probably right. And that's why you need Current. Current actually helps you build your credit, get your paychecks faster, and gives you a great interest rate on your savings. Let's start with this thing right here. This is called the Build Card from Current, and here's why it's great. It's a secured credit card that lets you use your own money to build up your credit. What that means is it functions kind of like a debit card. You buy shit using your own money, not the credit card companies. But where a normal debit card doesn't have any effect on your credit score, the Build Card reports all of your purchases to credit companies, so it actually helps you build your credit, improve your credit score, and more importantly, there's no credit check or history required to get this card. So if you're looking to improve your credit score, this is the card for you. I know people who use it and love it, and you will too. On top of all that, when you switch to Current and set up a direct deposit, you can get paid up to 2 days faster. Guys, it's your money. You worked hard for it. Now get it faster. And maybe most importantly, you can get up to a 4% interest rate on your savings with Current. Guys, how much more of a no-brainer can we make this? So guys, what are you waiting for? Get Current, the future of banking. Go to current.com/flagrant or download the app. That is current.com, current.com/flagrant. Terms apply. Current is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services provided by Choice Financial Group, member FDIC, and Cross River Bank, member FDIC. For full terms and conditions, visit current.com or call 888-851-1172 for more information. Let's get back to the show.
Yeah, it's tricky. I was thinking about this with like even the Putin interview. I was like, if you're the managerial class, like, do you have an obligation to control the flow of information? Because obviously the free speech absolutists and like, you know, even myself included to an extent, I'm like, no, we should be able to hear what other national leaders are saying. But we're the only major superpower that basically is able to do that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think like Chinese media is going to be broadcasting like, you know, any president, any US president's idea of what American imperialism is, or like any Russian's like dictator and vice versa. So like, I don't think
They do. They just dub it and then
Say whatever we want.
they don't even need to dub Biden probably. They're like, nah, listen to this shit right here.
But isn't that amazing? Keep going on. This is a great point.
like,
Like,
so-
what an amazing thing.
So it's cool that we have that and we're able to get all the information and we're able to like hear what other countries, you know, leaders are saying. But at the same time, it's like there are Americans that are getting swayed by it. And is that against our interest if this guy is just lying? And if he's just talking out of his ass to like gain sentiment, like is that bad for us? And should we be controlling what information can get in? Because every other country does.
I'm sure the managerial class would be like, yes, we should, because these idiots, the people, don't know what's good for them, and we have to make sure that they're not getting information they're being manipulated by, which clearly was the goal of that interview. The goal of that interview was to manipulate based on truth or based on, you know, falsehoods. It doesn't matter. The goal was to manipulate into a direction. Right? Fair enough. But maybe it's on us to be intelligent enough to combat that information.
Which is the argument against having a managerial class. It's on us to be intelligent enough to govern ourselves.
I meant the managerial class. Like, instead of squashing that interview, you put out something saying why Tucker, or not saying why Tucker shouldn't have done it, but saying why Putin was lying or not being completely truthful.
This is indicative of his weakness.
But that's why they're coming so hard at tech companies, because it'd be like, yo, y'all are letting all this misinformation, you're making our kids stupid, you're swaying elections. It's like, you guys have a bigger responsibility to not let this shit run.
I do subscribe to that idea, which is like, you bare minimum have a responsibility to tell us if information is true or false, or there maybe is another term for like when it's completely opinion based, like
Subjective,
biased.
I guess, or biased.
It could be biased. Like saying, like if somebody's out there going, the Miami Dolphins are the greatest football team, and we're like, we all know that that's just
Yeah.
someone's opinion, but maybe there's a version of that. But yeah, I do think that they should have the responsibility to at least inform, which they're doing now, I
Then
think.
the free speech absolutists are just like, nah. You should be able to say whatever the fuck
Yeah,
you
but I
want.
mean, lying is just like, I think lying is its own thing as information.
Yeah, especially when a smart person's lying and you can't
They're
discern
good,
what's
yeah.
true or not.
Yeah.
And like other countries are getting information. This is a funny story. A friend of mine works with like a bunch of different factories in China and is like doing like clothing and shit. And he'll get a text like randomly, like once a week from like this Chinese lady that he's in contact with that'll just be like, "Are you okay?" All caps. And he'll be like, "Yeah, what's up?" And then she'll be like, "Oh my goodness, I was so worried about you." And then we'll send a link to like a train that got derailed in Portland. And he'll be like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, this is big news here. Things don't seem good over there. Hope you're okay." And he's like, "What is going on?" And basically, like when some bad shit happens here, like I was actually talking to Des Bishop. He says that like Chinese media will do this, where like the opening thing will be like, "Here's why China's amazing." That's like segment 1 on the news. Segment 2 is "Here's why the West is falling apart." And then segment 3 will be some shit about like Xi Jinping or something. I can't remember. But there's always a segment about like, "All right, here's why America's getting fucked up." And they just control it.
To make the point I was arguing against earlier, free speech absolutists would be like, that's why you need both sides. So you know what's coming from every angle. And then you should be smart enough to discern what's true and what's not. I don't know. It seems like if there's a blatant lie, a little disclaimer, this has been proven to not be true would be nice.
The only tricky thing with that system is who gets to decide what is true or false. And we have to at least acknowledge that that's
true,
frustrating.
yeah.
Like, and I get why the free speech absolutist is concerned, because they're like, yo, I could be saying something that we believe is true. We've researched it. It is true. And then someone out of nowhere who's part of the managerial class that doesn't like my opinion or thinks that my opinion could, bias people in a certain direction could say it's false and then completely discredit what I say. That's too much power to give them. I get that.
This is the
argument
problem with
too.
nation building. Like,
this shit is tricky,
I
bro.
think people should be empathetic to the nation building and be like, "Yo, this shit is hard as fuck."
And
like
maybe that, go.
Because if you listen to Putin, you're like, "Wait, did we blow up the Nord pipeline?"
We need Sim City, but for geopolitics, so people can really just get a sense of how hard that is.
Yeah. Who blew up the pipeline? Like, he's saying the CIA did it, and like there's probably like there's conclusive evidence, or I guess what do you call it? Like circumstantial evidence to say like maybe who could do it and who would want to.
I mean, there's probably a few countries on the planet that can do it.
That could.
And then you just have to line up the interests.
So it's like, yeah. And then do we want to know that about ourselves? It's like, okay, we're getting true shit and we're finding out about our fuck shit. And then it's like, okay, as a managerial class, do you just propagandize your own country? And then all the people are like, no. That's what I'm saying. Nation building is fucking hard.
Which pill you want to take, my boy?
Type shit.
Because that's really what it is. And I genuinely believe, and let's have an honest conversation with ourselves right now.
Blue pill.
Which one is the bluest? That's the...
the live in the false reality.
Live in the false reality,
bliss.
Right? And it's like...
Red pills when you hate bitches.
Well,
that's when you take that one, then you beat the shit out of your wife. That's the one I've been taking.
It really is. It's just misery. That it really is. But the blue pill, you say you would take because you've seen the movie.
Yeah.
So you don't have the curiosity about what the truth is and what it does to you, right? Because I've thought about that as well. It's like after seeing the movie, you're like, I don't want to live in no fucking spaceship underground eating
Food
porridge.
is fucking sludge.
Yeah, literally, it's just the food.
Yeah.
That's the only, like, if the food was fire,
really all I think about.
if they had P.F. Chang's in that bitch, we'd be good. Do you know what I mean?
Fucking giant hole in the back of your head.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Some of that food, that was kind of, we had at the wedding. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like it's no disrespect, but it is similar-ish. It is more similar.
Seasoning at least. Seasoning.
It might have been seasoned. I don't know.
That's y'all with the no seasoning.
That's fair. That is fair.
And the fits of fire when they're in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm doing it for the clothes, bro.
But yo,
they look good.
Is that
every time,
Yeezy? I think
son.
you
Yeezy.
only
I
look
think
good
it's
when
Yeezy.
you're in the blue pill world.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Blue pill me.
so you're telling me I'm in the red pill world, but the only fun I ever have is when I'm in the blue pill world, and I could have just been in that world.
Yeah.
So
It's rough.
So
It's
here's
rough
the question.
decision.
Let's say we're doing okay. Let's say you're doing okay, your family's okay, and things are going okay, right? Let's say we're blessed. Things are going okay, right? Yep.
Mike.
Oh, sorry. Things are going okay. We're blessed. You have the curiosity of the red pill, right? Or in this circumstance, you have the curiosity of what would it be like if we didn't have a managerial class, or what would it be like if we didn't have the military-industrial complex, et cetera. But is it possible the people that are making those complaints are not satisfied enough with life that they don't want to.
Yeah, their reality is not the best.
I imagine, like, if your reality is good and you enjoy your reality, do you really want to look into?
Why rock the boat?
Yeah.
I think that that's the masses, and I think maybe that's the what is it?
Not happy people complaining at home online. It's usually not
Looking into conspiracies about whatever. There's something that you need to understand, like, and then, yeah, I don't know. I look at that a little bit, and I wonder if that is they talk about this all the time, like they keep us fighting against each other, and that's why we never do anything. It's like, I don't know if that's it. I think what they do is the opiate that they give us is that incredible Super Bowl experience where the whole day is you and your friends, you're watching this amazing game, and even the commercials are really good. Like, the opiate isn't constant racism and hatred. The opiate is like,
You need both, though.
You add a little racism, it gets hot.
Everybody likes drama, bro.
No, the drama. Don't get me wrong. The drama's fire, but like, we still need rec league basketball that's awesome that has a trophy at the end. We still need a great TV show to watch. Like, the opiate to make our lives like fun and enjoy, it's not that much. Like, do you know what I mean?
It's all blue pill stuff.
Yeah. So, I wonder if that's it. It's like maybe life, and there's tons of people who don't have this privilege, but for the people who are living in good lives and their families are safe, how much do they really want the Fed taken down? Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Like, I watch one Fed thing, you know me, I'm prisoner of the moment, so the last thing I watch, that's how I feel. So I'm like, we gotta take down the Fed. I don't think in that moment, like, shit, the Fed's been doing all right for me, it's only 3%. Inflation, it's only 3%. Do you know what I mean? Like this. Does that make? Am I making sense, or am I being like a complete?
No, I do think people kind of look at their lives and they think like the little things that are bugging them. They don't think how it could be worse. They just think like, oh, it could be better.
Because they haven't seen the matrix. They don't know what America looks like when we take that pill.
Also, if you haven't left America, you don't know how great America is economically. Like, there's people who are struggling here for sure. I've seen levels of poverty leaving America that I'm like, this ain't anywhere in America. Mm-hmm. This ain't anywhere in America. We want to talk about the 1%. Most Americans are the 1%.
Of the world, you're saying.
Wall Street, take down Wall Street, take down the 1%. If you are American, for a large percentage of America, you are in the 1% globally speaking.
Mm-hmm. Mm. So what do we do, man? You know what you want? You want to be able to just like peek in, like you want to know like what happened with Epstein.
Yeah.
This is what probably I don't know about most people, but this is what I think a lot of people want. They want to just know, and then they want shit to stay the same. They don't want to deal with the repercussions of the change.
Yeah.
Because the repercussions of the change could drastically affect your life, affect your kids.
Well, it depends. If you're already feeling frustrated and life isn't going well, then you're like, fuck it, what do I got to lose? That's where you're on some drain the swamp time, where you're like, flip the whole shit upside down, because how much worse could it get?
Exactly. My life sucks. Everything's horrible over here.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck if these people are pretty happy watching the Super Bowl and enjoying their friends? Yeah. Fuck them. I'm miserable. Mm-hmm. So let's flip this whole shit.
Yeah.
That's kind of selfish in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, but also
that's nation building. Is
selfish
tricky,
of us to be like, well, let's keep things the same. Things are good for me.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Everybody. No, I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. Is everybody's being selfish. Yeah. The person who's like living good, got their mortgage, their family's fucking great. They're like, and they see all this money going to fight a war that could seem absolutely pointless, but they're not saying stop it because they're just worried about their small nuclear family. Mm-hmm. Selfish.
Yeah.
The unselfish thing to do would be like, willing to take that sacrifice to stop those people from dying.
And that's why you got to convince your nation that what's best for you is what's best for the country.
Yo.
And that's where you got to propagandize
and that's
them.
why.
Into being like, yo, we need a monoculture where we're all the same shit and squash all the rest of it, no more religion, and then you're China. And you're like, fuck.
They done did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky.
I mean, what a ballsy thing to do as America, to just let all these different people come here, different beliefs, different languages. Crazy. Crazy.
Right about reincarnation? Yo, Miles is telling me Mark's whole foundation is rocked by the fact that he believes in reincarnation now. He's like texting Miles like, so you missed this. Mark watched some Cat P and then we talk about this?
Fucking righty, he's a lefty. Okay. But then he got a little bit better. But yeah, it just...
Like, what is this?
Yeah, the growls are good too. I'll be honest.
Son, we knew you were lying
What
about your
is it?
fucking.
It sucks.
You know how you said you got a.
You said
fear
you're
of
scared of bears.
Bears or whatever.
Real bears, not a fucking black guy in a jacket. What are you doing?
You're into camp. Get into the camp.
Yeah, I'm scared of actual bears, bro.
No, you said a bear mask.
Yeah, when I was 11 or
Oh,
something.
he's talking about gays. That's what it's been.
If I'm scared of gays, I'd be afraid right now. What are you talking about?
God, dude. I respect that you went for it.
I did. I know.
Crawl.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'm more scared of black guys. I think if you just walked up to me, I'd be like, oh my God, jeez, you fucking
Oh my God.
asshole. Turn the music down. I was like, all right. Oh, that's funny. Wait, where did
So
that
it's
come
not
from?
scary at all to you?
I mean, not.
You
it's
told me that there was a mask that was.
Yes, I can show you a picture of this mask. I was like 7 years old, and my sister would come in with the mask, go, ah, and I'd be like, oh, fuck, I'm scared. I'm sick, sleeping in bed. Yeah, that was scary. What?
So I thought you could lose your shit.
Yeah, we really thought. Bro, he wasn't even the slightest bit
I know.
scared.
Yeah.
This was 20 years ago.
It's annoying.
Dude, you don't know. They've been plotting this for years. Dead ass before you were even
now I feel
on the
bad.
pod.
Now I feel
Andrew
bad.
talked about pranking you and showing up in a bear mask
Now
at the
I feel
airport.
bad. Now I feel bad. All right, do it again. Do it again. Do it
Don't
again.
feel bad. You didn't let us down.
No, do it again.
A friend sent me that. A friend works for them and sent me that. And then we saw it and we're like, oh, perfect. Now we have the bear thing.
I mean, did you think I would like go into a museum and see like a bear, like taxidermy, and be like, oh my God?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we
Yeah.
thought it was a phobia.
Yeah.
Phobia is a phobia is a fear.
I was more afraid of someone yelling at me as a
I thought you
child.
were like the fat guy with the balloons.
Bert?
Yeah, Bert.
Yeah.
My bad, Bert.
No, bro.
Yo.
Maybe I oversold it. My bad. Maybe I embellished.
You've been talking about this on pod. Too.
Yeah, when I was a kid. I didn't
Anyway,
know
what else we
specify.
got, Mark? What else?
Mark Rogan, my friend. We got to talk about Rogan.
Oh yeah, yo, Rogan.
Oh yeah. He's
Unbelievable,
back.
bro.
Back on the
Congrats.
tube.
Now he's back on.
He's on Apple
He's
Pods.
everywhere. I think he's gonna be on YouTube too.
soon, yeah.
So, yeah, just
crazy.
the goat.
Yeah.
Just the goat.
I was saying this to you, and this is before the deal even got announced, but this is when I knew Spotify was smart to sign
yeah.
the first deal. My sister-in-law is talking to me about a podcast. She's recommending it. She's like, you should check it out. You would like it. You know where I go to look up the podcast? Didn't even think about it? I went to Spotify. I never would have done that pre-Rogan. Another podcast an asshole army member told me about called The Knowledge Project. Yo, you got to listen to this episode. Shouts to you. I forgot your name. I'm sorry. But I remember now I looked it up on Spotify. That's why you throw the crazy bag at Rogan.
Yeah.
Because they made Spotify the place to go to.
Yeah, you're paying for market
podcast.
share.
You are paying for market share, and he did it.
Yeah, it would have been Apple Podcasts before that, right?
It would absolutely would have been Apple
Go to the
Podcasts.
podcast app.
Yeah.
Where podcasts were created, I don't even go to that.
I don't go to it. I used to go to Apple. I had one called Overcast that I would go to. I had like all these different apps, but never go to Spotify.
I don't even listen to music on Apple no more.
Oh, yeah.
That's how crazy it is.
Yeah.
Like to me, I listen to music still on Apple, and then I would listen to pods on Spotify.
Yes.
And now it's shifted my music consumption to so
Yeah.
they're making money off of not just podcasts. They're making money.
Yeah.
It like you said, it's not just his podcast. It's everybody who listens to podcasts
Yes.
on Spotify.
Yes, and that's not just. I'm sure the same thing. Oh, Alex Cooper's doing the same thing for girls. I'm
Nah,
sure,
they got rid of
but
it.
not to that same level. Yeah, and they kept Rogan for a
I
reason.
thought they signed her too.
Oh, I thought they let that go.
I think Rogan's number one, Alex Cooper's number two in terms of all the deals they signed panning out.
Yeah.
Rogan dissed at number
yeah, it was-
one.
they
and
did
then
it.
I give Alex Cooper her credit. She's a beast. But like, Rogan is the reason any dude is listening to podcasts on
I gotta
Spotify,
ask
basically.
Rogan how he got the bag. I don't know if it's. I mean, it seems like it's bigger than the first bag. Plus, he got the freedom to put it wherever.
From what I've read, Spotify's like, we don't need. I think, again, they're not dumb, dude. I think they threw the bag at Rogan to be exclusive because they knew changing behavior is the single hardest thing to do. Changing behavior of someone instinctively going to Apple Podcasts to Spotify, I need you to be exclusive. I'm going to throw crazy bag at
Yo.
you. And now they're like, we don't need exclusivity anymore because we won. The war is over.
Right. I
Now
wonder
let's
if
just
they
do a
recoup.
revenue share on ads. And the best way to get revenue share on ads is let them have it everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you take the piece of
So-
YouTube. I don't know if that's how it's structured.
So it's
but
worth $250 million to get a percentage of Rogan's ads. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That makes sense.
Yeah, they're getting a percentage of the ads.
I also figured there was another angle where it's like, you've gotten the market share, but you also know how he can move market share. So you have to pay him to not
leave.
go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he could easily just be like, I'm not putting it on Spotify
I'll go
anymore.
exclusive to Apple. I won't put it on Spotify. He don't even have to go exclusive somewhere else. He'll go,
Everywhere
I
else but
won't
Spotify.
go to you.
Yeah. I'm sure that factors in too.
Yeah.
This guy moves the fucking landscape of entertainment.
Yes.
So you just have to, it is what it is. But I also think they
Unbelievable.
aren't going to do exclusive deals anymore. They're like, we'll still do it.
Well,
We'll
they
just take a
got the
percentage
market
of
share.
ads.
The whole idea with the deals was to get people to consume podcasts on the Spotify app or the Spotify platform. It's like, you've achieved it. You don't have to spend any more money.
Yeah.
And I think that's why they slashed so many people in that department. It's like, it's been done. We've got all the people.
I think people might even miss how hard that was because at least even for me, I feel like I was on like the edge of it. Had I not been like involved in podcasting at the time, I don't even know if I would have noticed. But like all audio was consumed on YouTube and like Apple, like going from all the way back to like iTunes days, and like they just held that like lineage all the way up.
And dude, you
until
know what's
now.
crazy? Before the Rogan deal, they were handing out other deals. I think before other podcasts that I would listen to on my other apps, when they went exclusive to Spotify, I stopped listening. Spotify became my primary app, and I just fell out of it with that podcast. And I don't even want to make anybody feel bad or whatever, so no names, but like, don't even think about him anymore.
Yeah.
Rogan got me to switch my entire behavioral habits. Keep listening to that. It's like a fucking crazy thing.
Yeah.
Huge risk, but it paid off massively.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's really, really
I
cool.
mean, shouts, dude. That's insane.
And I also think they learned that the Spotify exclusive pods weren't working, especially if they don't come in with the built-in audience. Like they launched so many Spotify originals.
Yeah.
And it just
With like big names thinking that it will come, and it's like, nah, they have to have the built-in audience. We have to trust you.
You also had to overpay. You had to. I think they did this knowing we're going to overpay. We're going to lose on a lot of these guys. Like Russ was talking about with the advances you give. Like 4 of these won't pan out. One of them will.
Yeah.
4 of these podcast deals won't pan out. One of them happened to be Rogan, and the guy moves fucking mountains. We got the right guy.
It's
hit a
weird.
grand
It's
slam.
like podcasting isn't like going to see someone at a nightclub where like if the person's famous enough, even though that they got nothing to do with dancing or DJing, you might just show up. You're gonna be like, oh shit, fucking Jay-Z's gonna be hanging out at 11 in Vegas for the Super Bowl after party. I'll go watch Jay-Z 100%. Podcasting is like you got to specifically want to enjoy listening to those people. It's like that's why I knew Charlemagne with the Brilliant Idiots. I knew it was going to kill is because people were already in a listening pattern with Charlemagne. But if random actor just starts a podcast, it might work, it might not. Smartless ended up working. Those 3 guys were great, and it's 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
Those 3 guys were great. They ended up killing. How many famous people have started podcasts that no one gives a flying fuck about?
It also takes time, and you got to be committed to it. Like even like Dax Shepard show is like one of my favorites, but he's been doing it for 5 years, 6 years.
Yeah,
7
it
years?
feels like an overnight success because we all found out about it late. But
years in, we
But
found out
like
about it.
he's already independently wealthy, successful actor, producer, whatever.
Yeah.
Like married to literally Frozen,
Yeah.
and like just doubles down and works super hard on this one pod.
Yeah.
For dumb long.
Yeah.
And before he gets a bag from Spotify.
is he gonna keep doing it with Spotify?
I don't know. I don't think they're not exclusive anymore. I don't think.
They're not. Got it.
But yeah, I think they cut a lot of their exclusivity deals because they're like, hey, I think we got market share. Let's go.
Yeah,
I mean,
again,
that's
calculated move.
Let's go blow the show up.
And now you see the guys who they made money, who the deal was like, this was the winner.
And
It's
that's
him and maybe Alex Cooper.
That's the other thing to think about with when you take a deal like that. Like if you take a deal that could significantly with Rogan, he was great enough where it didn't reduce his market share. His show probably just grew, and he had to bust his ass to do that shit.
He never let up.
He did not.
He could
let
have
up.
gone 3 a week probably and been,
And
you know.
did totally fine.
Yeah,
but he kept doing banger after banger after banger.
4 a week,
that's-
5 a week.
Yeah, I don't even think he gets enough credit for that.
Yeah.
Like he went behind a paywall pretty much,
Yeah.
and the show grew.
Can you
Okay,
imagine
yeah.
going exclusively to Patreon and then your numbers go up
Go up.
overall?
Yeah.
So
Kept the work ethic.
unreal, but fuck, what was I just saying? What brought us to that? Oh, that's why you got to be careful when you take a bag for an exclusivity thing. Like, you better hope that bag is all the money you're going to make for the rest of your time podcasting.
Sustainable. Yeah.
Because what you're potentially doing is significantly decreasing your audience size for a 2-year window.
Yeah.
You don't know if that audience is going to be there when you come back to the open market, and you don't know if the podcast company is going to re-sign you because they might have gotten your market share,
Yeah.
right? Like, I remember Netflix had this strategy where they would add an extra season onto popular shows. So there was a popular show called The Killing on AMC, and Netflix was like, we're gonna do an extra season on Netflix. And it was a great way to grab market share. There was like all these fans of this show, and they weren't like necessarily the biggest shows, but they were devout viewership. And they would do an extra season on Netflix. So this is early on, you're like, I'll buy Netflix to watch my favorite show.
Arrested Development did the same thing.
They did it with Arrested Development as well. And they're never doing another season after that because they don't have to. They got you. They got you in the door. They gave you the little tastes, whatever it was. Once you get the $10.99 on your monthly bill and you see all the other shit that's on Netflix, good to go. So I think that there were some people that saw the bag and they were like, wow, all that money, that's fucking crazy. I'm definitely gonna do that. But they might not have realized that that was the last bag that they're gonna get.
Yeah.
And this is where we'll see if they're good enough to continue to build. But like, it's a harder thing.
Yeah.
When your audience size significantly shrinks, then to go back out there in the world and then just hope they all find it again.
Also, if your pay isn't tied to performance, it kind of just goes down to like almost like character or like personal philosophy of like what you do. If your pay is not tied to performance, then are you someone that's gonna like still show up every day and work as hard as you were before, or are you gonna kind of coast?
Especially if it's not some shit that you even like. Like a lot of these people that were doing podcasts, they just did it because their agent presented them with a bag and they're like, I just gotta talk for an hour a week and I get this amount of money, I'll do it. Those people, once they get their guaranteed money, they're not giving a flying fuck about it.
I think like Meghan Markle, I don't even think she finished the first season. Like she wasn't doing it regularly. Like she was just,
It's not for some people, and they just kind of bounce.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's really cool that he did that. Just like kept the work ethic and kept the character to just be like, I'm gonna go even harder and have bigger episodes. Even though it's not necessarily directly going to, performance bonuses or whatever. So really cool. I don't know if that's part of his deal, but I think it's cool.
Podcasting isn't hard, but it is something that you have to want to do. You know what I mean? Like if it's not something that you enjoy doing, you will make really horrible podcasts. I was saying to Charlamagne when we were doing Brilliant Idiots, like the hardest thing about podcasting is chemistry. Like getting chemistry with the people you do it with, that's the impossible thing to get. Like the people that have great natural chemistry, they can do a podcast. It could be fun. It could be easy. The people who don't, but they just have names that they bring it together, it's gonna suck. People are gonna hate it. They're not gonna want it.
I think consistency. Are you willing to just do it every week for the next 3 years or whatever?
In obscurity. All right, what else we got, Mark?
Did you see, just to add on to that, podcast has also added audiobooks to all premium memberships.
Oh, yeah.
What does that mean?
Spotify?
Spotify. So like you can go on Spotify now if you just have the music one. You can also listen to like 150,000 books. You get 15 hours a month to listen to books.
oh shit.
Pretty fire.
Fire, right? So that's what it seems like the next acquisition. They had a couple different audiobooks on there before.
Yeah,
I think those were like independent.
Yeah, the acquisition they're doing is crazy.
Smart.
They're trying to be the audiobook, anything that you listen to.
Anything
Coming for
that
Audible.
is-
And I'll be honest, Audible's a pain in the fucking ass.
This is so hard.
I quit. I bought
it's
23
awful.
credits. I didn't know how to access them.
Buy
user
credits.
interface.
You
It's
can't
horrible.
get more. You can only buy so many books a month.
Why
based
can
off
I not just buy a book when I want to buy a fucking book?
It's because they don't want to lose money to Apple. So you buy the token and then you buy the book. But they
So it's their
30%
way
cut.
around Apple, because if you're buying things through the Apple store, Apple gets that piece.
30%
Let them
cut.
get the piece, because you lost me, you fucking idiots.
I don't know. I think what they do is genius because they give you all those credits, but then if you try to cancel, you lose all the credits. So it's like, it forces you to it's like, damn, I have like 10 credits sitting here. If I cancel, I
I'ma
lose them
cancel.
all. So I'm gonna just hold on to this.
It's good fast money.
Like it's really.
It's a one-time
I've
lick.
tried canceling a few times, and I was like, damn.
I'm canceling. I ain't using these credits.
Ease of act. Once Spotify comes in and just offers me books, and I realize, oh shit, I like audiobooks, and man, if they got the reading component as well, oh shit, I enjoy this.
Oh, that's gonna be crazy.
And you know what's going to come with that? A couple more dollars a month on the cost, and you're going to be like, I'm getting something.
That's what they get you.
$5 to have my favorite books.
That's what
to
they
have
get
a
you.
library.
It's 15 hours the month, and then you can pay for 10 more.
Yeah.
Because 15 hours is a pretty good book. I read big books, but 15 hours still.
Oh, do you read something? How big of a book you read?
27 hours, baby.
Big
27 hours. But yeah, 15 hours will get you
I
through
read
most books.
big books. I read big books.
big
Yo,
books.
what's a big book?
not the books you
Bro,
dumb
the
dumb.
power broker. The power broker.
Power broker.
2 times speed also. I'm fucking
Damn,
smart.
dude.
You can
I'm
go
real
2x. I retain nothing at 2x.
I
Dude,
retain nothing in that
I
1x,
realize
so
my
I don't give a
retention
fuck.
is 1 and 1.25. You go over 1.25 in this year, out that. My brain is not faster than 1.25.
That's crazy.
feel the same
Because if
way.
I listened to it on 1, then you lost me after 30
I'm gonna fall
seconds.
asleep at 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
so it got to be 2 because now
anything I listen to
I'm working
before,
I'm kind of like
Yeah,
that.
it's like, if I don't got to work to listen, you lost me.
There's too much to think about.
No, 2 is too fast. Because I pretend that I'm listening, and
then
then
you just
I'll try to explain it to someone after, and they'll ask one question. I'll be like, "You listen to it, bro. I don't fucking remember. I don't know how any of this shit works."
I'm 0.5.
Damn.
0.5. I listened to Putin on 1.25. I had to, bro.
Yeah. The history lesson? Come on, bro. Come on.
Oh, dude, Mark, reincarnation. Yeah, you didn't know this. He watched
yeah.
some TV show about past lives and kids who remember their past lives. And it really affected him to the point that he's like texting Miles, like, Miles, I need you to watch this. And Miles is skeptical. He's like, I need you to watch this and tell me why it's bullshit.
Okay.
Because if Mark has to believe in reincarnation, what is his life? What is all this years of
I mean, he
Catholicism?
does believe in, Catholicism is the greatest example of reincarnation. Jesus
is?
dies and comes back.
And only Jesus dies and come back.
Well, you didn't say that reincarnation applies to everybody.
But apparently it does.
Oh, does it?
Well, I don't know if it applies to everybody. It applies to these 6 kids.
That's 6 Jesuses. That's more Jesus than Catholicism ever talked about.
I don't know. These kids knew some shit. I don't know how they knew it, bro. There is a possibility that I'm like, I don't know, are the parents kind of like feeding it?
What'd they know?
Because he can't,
You don't
dude.
want to
This
believe.
motherfucker believe everything. It's crazy.
But you
bro.
don't
Yo,
wanna
is there
believe.
anything you don't believe it?
Why don't you
Ask
watch
me
and see
something.
what you think?
Ask me
Al's
something.
seen his past lives.
Yep. Mine, I don't know. It's tricky.
But that's my question. I'm like, there was an influence. There was someone talking.
What did
about
they
it.
hear about in their past lives? What were they saying?
The names of ships that they claimed to have been on in World War II, and the names of people that they were friends with on
How'd
the
they
ship.
know they were
5-year-old
ships?
kids. Because they remember from their
He was
past
like a 5-year-old kid. He was like, I was on a big boat. I had an airplane. They shot me. Who shot you? The people with the red flag, the red dot.
I mean, they could have watched any movie where a plane was shot.
Nah,
Why don't you just watch the thing?
I don't know. That's my point. That's why I'm skeptical in general.
All right, I'm gonna watch it,
seeing
but it's
pictures-
time. Go.
The other one,
Watch it on 1.25.
what was the other one where it's like, was that
You got nothing to
actor or
do
some
now
shit?
anyway.
The Hollywood guy?
There was
Like,
a Hollywood guy where he was like, and apparently none of this information was public on the internet, but he was like, look, this Hollywood guy, I used to be him, and that was my friend, and he was a cowboy, and I had this color car, and apparently the super niche details weren't on there, and they verified it with the family.
He knew his death certificate was wrong.
He knew his death certificate was wrong. He said, like, when'd you die? He was like, oh, I was 61. They were like, actually, you were 59. And then they checked the death certificate. He was actually 61. The family had it wrong. It's little things like that where you're just like, what is happening?
Can memory be passed down through DNA?
It depends if you believe in epigenetics, yeah. Like epigenetic research based, like, can you inherit like trauma or feelings that like your ancestors might have inflicted that's not genetically encoded in them, but something that they
Yeah,
experience.
so it's that. Done. I solved your stupid riddle.
but
reincarnation.
no one,
that's not the same
no one in the
family.
family was involved
See how
in
easy
World
that
War
was?
II.
the same.
What else can
Doesn't
Schulz
need the
solve today?
DNA. No, it doesn't need to be from the family. They could have just consumed that content, and that content is baked into them, and then passed through their genetic material.
Maybe.
I think if you watched it, it would still
What
seem
else can
like
you
it
solve
was.
You
today,
watched it.
Schulzy?
I
I heard your whole breakdown. You did a whole 20-minute breakdown on
Listen,
Patreon.
I solved your problem. What else? Do we have any other problems?
Yeah,
that
what
need
else can you
solving?
solve today?
I mean,
What else did I get to
converted
do?
me to not be a Catholic.
Nice. I'm killing it. I'm killing it. I mean, we could talk about Shane.
We got to talk about Shane, son.
and getting the Bud Light.
yeah.
Well,
dude.
first of all, Bud Light bag huge, but that's obvious. The amount of promo that Bud Light has been getting
Yeah.
from Shane already, like
For
they
free.
owe him millions
Yeah.
just for like drinking all those Bud Lights on Rogan every time they go on, like every time they do the protected parks.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
fact that Bud Light's been getting that for free and they haven't called up Shane and been like, hey, here's $1 million. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
Awesome.
The most influential man on the planet is drinking our beer because of you.
Yeah. I'm bummed that he wasn't in the Super Bowl commercial.
Son, I was watching
Yeah.
it, waiting for him to pop up.
Yeah.
They must have filmed that before the deal was
Something.
signed or something. I
It
gotta
would have
about that.
blown up. If you had Post and Shane, it would have been crazy.
Yeah, insanity.
Miles had a great idea for a Super Bowl ad that Bud Light messed up.
Okay.
Well, I think that they should have started with like the Dilly Dilly opening that was like popular 6-7 years ago before the whole controversy. Same exact open, and then when they go to the knight in the all blue, he peels his head off, peels the helmet off.
Yeah, John
and
Navarro.
then it's Shane Gillis, Gilly.
Gilly.
Fire, right?
Gilly.
And then him and like Post, and everyone's just partying. Like same commercial, just on the second half.
I mean, they could have easily put him in that fucking commercial. That's what kind of annoyed me about it. It must have been a timing thing, but like they were at a place that had a stage already.
Yeah.
So he could have been on stage or doing something, whatever. But the SNL thing,
I mean,
It's insane.
what a fucking win.
crazy, right?
What a win. We were
it's
trying to
insane.
think about like like in entertainment, when does this happen? Chappelle getting the rights back to his show.
I mean, Norm
Norm got
kicked
fired.
off
then-
SNL and comes
Yeah.
back and hosts.
It's awesome.
But like,
And that's fired because that's like one of Shane's
Yeah.
like heroes.
Yeah. No, it's sick because I mean, to like get banished from the city and then return as king is like always, it's like biblical cool. Like this is what like all of us in our minds are thinking when we're in the shower and replaying events, replaying things we would have said.
I'll show them.
He's gonna get to show them,
Yeah.
and they're gonna fucking knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
I already know it.
And is he gonna have McKeever do a couple sketches? I'd be so fired.
I would imagine that you would bring your guys.
What's working, yeah.
Yeah, like I would imagine SNL, if they're smart, they'd be like, hey, you know how like you make the best sketches online? Like, why don't you do that for us? That'd be great.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to do Trump. Like that's like
it's done.
No question.
Yeah, it's
I'm curious if
knocked
he
out of the
brings
park.
back other sketches. Like if he brings back like the Guy Fieri guy, like the PTSD dude, or like if he brings back some of those characters.
Yeah.
Because I think it would be smart, like if has this show online already, and you have this huge
Especially
platform.
if we're familiar with them.
Yeah.
Because it's less legwork of creating a new character. Yeah, that's
and the
actually.
audience that's not familiar with it be like, oh, this character's so funny, and you're like, yeah, I have another sketch with him already on YouTube. I'm like, I wonder if you can double dip like that.
There's an interesting thing, like there's some people like hit me up for like comment on it, and they're like, doesn't this show that cancel culture isn't real?
No.
And yeah, it's like, I already feel it kind of like percolating a little bit. I know that we had spoken about this a little bit, but like, I don't like that angle. Yes, I feel like cancel culture is different than it used to be, and I'm like annoyed even as a comedian to like talk about cancel culture. Like every time I get hit up by these fucking talk shows and they're like, would you like to come talk to us about cancel culture? Like the last thing I want to talk about is cancel culture. But what I will say is I do think it's unfair to Shane if you're using this to go, cancel culture never existed. Because you basically are removing his comeback. You know what I mean? Like he was so determined and then he kept working that he was able to get the opportunity despite being canceled.
Yeah.
When you go, see, cancel culture never existed. All right, so then he never went through anything? He never lost
you diminish
anything?
what he went through.
Exactly.
There's like a guy that's wrongfully in prison for 10 years and he gets out. And
And
it's
like, the justice system works.
Yeah.
Exactly. So like that, I already know that like that's going to be a conversation that kind of comes. They're going to use it to kind of almost discredit it. But what he did, and like the internet hated this guy.
Yeah.
Like they shit all over
Trending
him.
on Twitter.
Even comedians were attacking another comedian.
Yeah.
Like for jokes, like trying to be funny.
Yeah.
And
TMZ's showing up at his shows being like, oh, here's the cancel comedian. Like,
so I don't think that's fair to him. And I already know that narrative is kind of like percolating a little bit. And people don't even realize it because I think a lot of times the articles are like celebrating. They're like, see, we're done with cancel culture. And it's like, things are different, sure. But don't discredit what the guy had to go through to get this opportunity.
Yeah, and on the fringes, there are some kind of like talentless hacks, for lack of a nicer way to say it, who mobilize cancel culture and act like they're getting canceled and you're not, and that's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
But not even, aside from all that shit that Shane had to go through, imagine the internet calling you and believing and thinking this is a racist person. Like even that in and of itself.
Which they're right. Look, you can be right. You know what I'm saying? You can be right and wrong.
But like if
what
the whole
happened
internet's like this
I
guy's...
gave him the pass.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been using it. No.
But yeah, it's like that. You're even kind of marginalizing that. That's fucking miserable, man.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
whole world thinks I'm this guy. I'm making some jokes that didn't land. Okay, we all fail as comics. Comics know that. But now I'm just a racist for the rest of my life. Like as far as I can tell, conceivably, unless I flip it, and he flipped it.
I really hope he does an Asian accent.
Oh, you got
He got to open on
Bruh, that would be fucking legend.
Right from New York.
Yeah.
It's Saturday night. I think that's Joe List made that comment. Right from New York.
What happened?
On his IG when Shane announced, he said
that's
"Ride from New York." But how fire would that be if Shane was
he
just
got
like
it.
"Ride from New York"?
I mean, he's got to do it.
I don't think he should shit on the show though. I don't think he will.
No,
but
he
like
won't.
I saw some people being like, "Oh, he's gonna get his revenge. He's gonna call them all. Like he's gonna fucking put the sword through 'em."
Son, you got to give Lauren credit. And remember Shane, after he got fired, we had him on the pod early.
Yeah.
Back when we just started Flavor.
course, yeah.
And he was like, dude, Lauren is the fucking man.
Yeah.
And Lauren was like trying to get him to keep his job. He was like pitching it. And I'm sure someone over Lauren was like, we can't do it. But I think Lauren had to go to bat and be like, nah, this kid needs to host.
Yeah.
So you got to give Lauren his credit too. Give him his like props for having him on.
I think it's like, Yeah, I think it's a cool moment. Yeah, I wouldn't shit on the show because in a way, him doing the show, I think, and it looks like he's past this, and I think he's good no matter what. And obviously brands aren't concerned, but there is a moment like after you get canceled for something like racism where brands are scared to mess with you.
Yeah.
And then you go have the successful Netflix specials and you have the Bud Light, and now you're fine, but going back on the show that canceled you completely wipes the slate clean.
Mm-hmm.
You could go do a Pixar movie now.
Yeah.
You could voice whatever, and I think that I don't know if SNL is aware of it. If they are aware that they're doing that, that's cool.
Yeah.
And that's worth not shitting on. It's basically, yo, we fucked up and we kind of messed up your life and you had to work really hard to get where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
And this benefits us by having you, the super famous comedian, on our show. But at the same time, we're gonna wipe the slate. We fucked up. This is them going, yo, we fucked up.
And we're gonna tell everyone, hey, we're good.
Because it's not like the things that they canceled him for aren't still on the internet.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like, yo.
That's why I think it's part of the reason why Bud Light didn't put him in the commercial. It's like his slate might be completely clean yet. So it's like, hey, we're gonna
February
test this out.
25th, we got an ad locked and loaded.
Son, I guarantee if SNL came out before the Super Bowl, he's in that commercial. That's an interesting point. So yeah, it's gonna be.
They did the thing with the trans person, and it's like that backfired on him. So it's like, hey, let's just
chill.
Let him announce it, see what people say about it.
Yo, the victory is killing. If he goes on there and kills, he doesn't even need a shit on SNL. The whole everybody watching would be like, see, y'all fucked up.
Why wasn't this
y'all
guy on
could
the
have had
show?
this every week.
Yeah.
So that's the win. Is just killing. Maybe there's a funny way to acknowledge it. I don't know. I gotta hit him.
I truly don't remember the last time I was this excited for SNL that I'm like, I want to watch the premiere. I want to watch it live. Maybe Chappelle.
Yeah.
That's it.
Chappelle was crazy.
And it is so dumb that you even still now have like news agencies and shit being like, oh, here's the racist jokes that comedian Shane Gillis said
clicks,
that got him
man.
banned,
So
and like
corny.
they run it right back. And it's like, how do you not understand this is helping? Like if your goal is to like try to like hurt this guy's career, you're doing the exact opposite.
They're probably not even trying. They probably just want some clicks.
just want the
and
clicks,
They're willing
man.
to take some damage if it comes. And if
Just
it
so
works out
stupid.
for them, great.
Yeah.
Shall we, guys? Is that the end of an episode?
I think
so. You gotta go see your kid, dude.
Yeah, I have responsibilities, dude. I got
Why
things
did you
to
do such a long pod today? Why are you cooking so long, dude?
I don't know.
You need to go home right now.
Yeah, it's diapers. Everybody was out of diapers, babe. I kept looking at every single Dwayne Reed.
Yeah.
No, I got to get out of it. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much, and I appreciate you. And a lot of people reached out, and thank you very much for the kind words, and thank you very much for the support when we were going through our situation. And I hope everybody who is going through that, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you have a similar outcome. And that shit is tough, I know, but it is awesome at the end of the tunnel. The light at the end of the tunnel is fucking. It is absolutely worth it. So I hope you all can get there as well.
Yep.
So thank you guys so much.
Might be
Peace.
time for you to run it back, dude. Run it back,
I'm
baby.
ready, bro. You know me.
Run it back, bro.
Let's get it. Don't even waste my girl getting back in shape. Like, you know what I mean? Stay fat for 3 in a row and then get it back.
That's
yeah?
it.
That's funny.
My man.
Shout out to our guy Jelly. That
Oh,
was
yo.
Shout out to Jelly, yo.
that was
Yo, he needs
fucking fire.
Shout out, Jelly. Yeah, that was
Shout
fire.
out to Jelly Roll, man. On fire. He was in the commercial. That was sick.
That was
Yeah,
fucking
Super Bowl commercials are great. Obviously, that's my favorite, but also good commercials this year. Everything about the Super Bowl is great this
Yo,
year.
Jelly killed it, man. Shout out to Jelly. Just crushing.
He's
Hero.
fire.
Love you,
Hero.
brother.
Yeah, he's got to go see his kid. He's for real. He's got to go.
Yeah, I have a child I have to go see.
He's
man.
got to go, dude.
Nah, he's getting cigarettes, bro.
We'll be back in about 18 years.
Come on. Peace.
Bro, you saw Larry David fight Elmo? You see that? How crazy.